I just stretching my arm for a bit. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I is my new Superman watch in front of the camera right now? Oh my! I was just trying to stretch my arm, and my watch fell off my wrist, and I caught it before it fell, and now it's right in front of the camera for all you guys to admire. Look at the Superman flying around on the seconds hand. Like, oh, I'm so embarrassed, guys. I did not mean to do that at all. Just, oh, hello, my beautiful movie peeps. It's so nice to see you. Can everybody hear me okay? My mic is for some reason turning different colors. That's weird. Hello, hello, my beautiful movie peeps. Nice to see you. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting confirmation that y'all can hear me because we can't. That's what I thought. That's what I thought so too. Give me a quick second. Oh, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh audio. Sure, Mike. Yeah, it's you. You should be able to hear me. You liar. You liar. Okay, good to know. All right. Well, hello, my beautiful movie peeps, and it's so nice to see you. Final Destination 6 tonight. Well, I hope you enjoyed, Andrew. It is a very fun movie. I feel like I was a little overly harsh in my review, but it is a good movie. It is an enjoyable movie. I think I just set myself up with binging all the past 5 movies, and I was like, dude, a lot of these are really good and fun, and so I just set myself up way too high for that one, but I still enjoyed it, even if I'd honestly put it like third, fourth place out of all the other movies. Still good though, still good. It's just crazy to see a Final Destination movie with a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, dude, this is the new age of fans now. Because growing up, you'd see Saw, you'd see Final Destination, you'd see any horror movie, and it was just gonna get bad reviews because it's just too much blood, too much violence. Some woman flashed her boobies. That should make you 10 out of 10 right then and there, man. What is wrong with you? But that's the world we live in now. Flashiness can get you a 90%. 90 is definitely crazy. I like the movie and enjoy it. 90 is a little too high for that movie. But hey, I'm glad people are getting that much love and excitement out of it. Let's see here. So let me run you through what we're going to talk about. And yes, I know earlier live stream than usual. Papa is spending the weekend up in some cabins with some family. And so we're leaving tonight. And I just didn't want to go too late because, these streams go a long time. So I decided stream earlier. That way, as soon as I'm done, I can get in the car and drive and all that and then be with the family for the weekend. So that's why the stream is earlier than usual. But some of the things we're going to be getting into here today, guys, is we got Gears of War movie announced by Netflix, and it's just going to be me reading the chat while you guys try to explain to me what Gears of War is. Okay. We got a Rambo origin movie in the works. Is that something we want? Do people crave that? Jason Universe, this backlash with our first brand new look of what Jason Voorhees looked like, his redesign, and what does it even all mean? Jason Universe. We're going to get into that. Some set photos from Avengers Doomsday where it looks like the Sentinels are going to be a part of the film, and we're going to see some X-Men fight Sentinels for like the third, fifth time in this franchise, which, hey, I don't mind. Spider-Man, we got some details involved with Spider-Man 4, along with them trying to lock down a deal to get that webhead in Avengers Doomsday. Because so far, we've been hearing he's not in the movie. You showing up, right, Spidey? Good stuff there. So, yes, nice to see all y'all. Yes, we could start off with that. That literally just happened as I was hitting record on the stream. TMNT 2 got delayed. Oh, Lordy jeez, why would that happen? Let me pull that up here, and then we'll get into discussing. Oh, that's the wrong window. All right, there we go. I had it pulled up. All right, so here we have it. This literally just happened. I'm assuming because Paramount must have shifted some release dates. Probably for this Avatar movie that's coming out. Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, has been delayed 9 months to October 9th, 2026. I'm assuming that was the original date for TMNT Mutant Mayhem. And so now that movie's got delayed, and here's your logo if you're interested in that. I wish I was into Avatar more. I know people say if you give it a watch, Chris, if you watch, you like it. I remember it would be on Nickelodeon when I was growing up, and I don't know, it just never caught my fancy. I just like seeing that guy with the cabbage stand always getting destroyed. I was like, yeah, no one like cabbages, dude. Stop selling those things. That's why your stand getting destroyed. But the man wouldn't understand, you know. I can't wait to see his stand destroyed in this. But back to TMNT. Yeah, see here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem sequel has been delayed almost a year to September 17th, 2027. Bro, that is a long way. I'm still looking forward to this movie, but dang, that's a 2-year wait. That's a long time to wait for these turtles. I really ended up liking Mutant Mayhem. It was funny, all the hype surrounding the movie, because there was a lot of backlash with people not liking the personalities that the turtles were showing. They're too young. They're not teenagers. These are little middle schoolers, which I think was done on purpose, what they were going for. And you watch the movie, and I think it was really great. I thought it was a nice new introduction for the turtles. It did something different. And now this new thing they're doing in the sequel where they're going to be in high school, and then Shredder's coming after them, and the animation style's cool. We got a Mr. Beast cameo in there. I think that's what we all wanted out of a Ninja Turtle movie, is Mr. Beast popping up and saying, I locked these 4 turtles, and this guy Shredder's gonna get them. So I think it does kind of suck, but hey, we got to be grateful as Turtle fans. We are still getting this movie. It is not canceled because it didn't make the biggest splash at the box office. What did Mutant Mayhem make? Mutant Mayhem box office 180. That's pretty low. It made its budget back, but rule of thumb, you always want these movies to make at least 3 times what their budget is, and that's a little over 2 times, so like 2.4 times its budget. So it was enough, I think, for them to cash out, but I think it's enough for them to invest, to be like, all right, this is the starting of the franchise. We got a cartoon show on Nickelodeon that just came out. This movie's going to be played over and over to a bunch of kids growing up nowadays, and when the second movie comes out, we got to make that big money. That's what happened to Spider-Verse. It happened to Spider-Verse. So I'm still looking forward to this. I'm so excited. We just got to be grateful we're not like the Transformer fans right now, because every day that goes by that they are silent on Transformers 1 not getting a sequel, it's just not happening. It's just not going to go down. 3C I would love to be a voice cameo. I don't think I have the pull Mr. Beast has, because I mean, it's millions and millions of subscribers. Mr. Beast cameo in there, and dude makes regular appearances at the Kids Choice Awards. I forgot why, but this last Choice Awards, or the one before that, I think it's because they were showing new footage for Mutant Mayhem or something. I decided to watch the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards after like 10 years or whatever of not seeing it, and man, those awards have changed. Mr. Beast has like won 4 in a year now. It's a bunch of influencers and YouTubers. And I'm like, what happened to the game I loved? What happened to best fart scene? iCarly, Drake and Josh, SpongeBob. Who's gonna get slimed? That's all we needed. Now it's who made a video that got 10 million views? Mr. Beast. The brothers that are named Austin and Zach or something. I'll never be in that. The best movie news given by a cringy man. 3C Films. Is this qualifies me as Unk? You love this new Kids Choice Awards? Back in my day, we would have Jack Black on stage. I remember the promos for Jack Black's Kids Choice Awards, where maybe I could find it, but it was him singing that song in Iron Man where he changed the lyrics and just put his name in it. He's like, Jackie is back, the king of splat. Don't you know, I'm glad to be back. I'm the host with the most. That was, I gotta find it. Jack Black Kids Choice Awards promo? Question mark? Oh my god, it's right there. It's right there. I gotta switch it out so you guys can hear it. If I get copy strike for this, it'll be worth it because I'll relive this. I have vivid memory of this in my childhood. Let's see. It's always Jack is back.
Jack is back. The king is back. Gives us awards. I'm glad to be back.
It's just like I remember it, dude. That was 2008. Oh, I don't want to. How old was I in 2008? 13. I was 13. Just, he's back. Jack is back.
I'm the host with the most. I'm rocking brains from a coast to coast.
This is why Minecraft made $1 billion. Jack Black groomed us. That's gonna be wild in the out of context video. That's gonna be wild. But there should be a better word. But I think that describes what I'm trying to say here, right? Is Jack Black was in our childhoods, hosted the Kids' Choice Awards like 10 times, was in all these kids' movies, and now he invaded every single video game movie. Influenced. Okay, sure. Influenced. That's so boring, though, you know? But yeah, I'm glad other people. Yes, I remember this so vividly. So no, it does not, dog. No, it does not. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay. I am goomed. There we go. So there's my tangent that for some reason spinned off from this. But I also with this, you know what? Maybe that's what I have to retweet is okay, it's good to know that we're getting this movie now in September of 2027, same year as the Batman, comes out, Batman Part 2. But it's like, where's this rated R Ninja Turtle movie you promised me, man? You told me I was getting The Last Ronin, the story of 3 of the 4 turtles dead and 1 surviving brother avenging him in a post-apocalyptic future. I want that movie, Nickelodeon. You can't just say you're going to have it and not give it to me. So give it to me, please. It better be peak. It better be peak. So there you go. We had some fun. We had some laughs. Let's just finish this one last time.
Be back. I'm the host with the most. I'm rocking brains from a coast to coast.
How many? Okay, sorry. I have to know how many times did Jack Black host SNL? Who cares about how many times he hosted SNL? Kids' Choice. That's the real thing we were. Okay. If my life was a movie, this is where we would play the song at the end of the Saw movies. The I think I actually downloaded that recently. So let me How did he only host 3 times? I swear. They made such a big deal every time he hosted, and it made it seem like he had hosted like 10 times. This is insane. This is insane. Yeah. Well, there you go. Jack Black only hosted 3 times, but that's how big of an impact he left in me, is where I thought the man just was there every year. Oh, Kids' Choice Awards, Dad. Gotta see what Jack Black does this year. Gotta see what Jack Black does this year. Okay. Let's move on to. I said 8 times, right? 8 times sounds real. Someone said actually 8 times. This is how you don't. This is why you don't trust the AI. My people are telling me that he did host more. Okay, well now we know. All right, let's move on to these topics then. All right, Gears of War. I'm bringing this up because I always get comments about it, so I feel like it's only appropriate to feed you the information, although you probably have seen it. But it got announced that there is a Gears of War movie landing with David Leitch as director. Now, this is for Netflix. Gears of War is a popular video game, as I come to understand it. Unfortunately, it's not one I did. I think it's because this was like an Xbox game, right? I was a PlayStation kid, so I don't know nothing about that Xbox life, but I know people have been begging for this. Dave Bautista's also always been one talking about it, where he keeps saying, I'm telling Netflix every day, put me in that movie, put me in that movie. And now maybe they'll put him in that movie. The film with David Leitch as director, though, that's probably what actually will get me interested in it. He has a good filmography. I've pretty much liked almost every David Leitch film. And here you can see Bullet Train was a lot of fun. Fall Guy was great. Deadpool 2, Hobbs and Shaw, John Wick. The Nobody movies, man, makes pretty entertaining action films. So that gives you kind of a vibe. And it was so crazy to think he was this close to directing the new Jurassic Park movie coming out this year. But yeah, dudes, Gears of War. If anybody can give me like Fortnite terms of what Gears of War is in the chat, I will happily read it. So, somebody just, this seems like you chat GPT'd it, but let's see. Gears of War is a media franchise primarily known for its third-person shooter video game series, where players fight against the monstrous Loctris Horde, a subterranean race that hunts people on Sarah. I only know Fortnite terms, buddy. I only know. So it sounds like, where's the battle bus fit in there? Where do I get my loot? Minis and chug jugs. Is that a thing in this game? Because then maybe I will be wanting to check it out. It's Doom with extra steps. Okay, I like that. It's the Zero Boy. Gears of Fortnite. So yeah, I'm pissing off the Gears of War fans. But hey, I brought it up just to talk about it, let you know it's happening. Dave Bautista wasn't already in a Gears of game. All right, that's cool. Let me see. Let me just look up what digital Dave Bautista looks like. Gears of War 5, Dave Bautista. Yeah, okay. Well, that's just real Dave Bautista, but video game Dave Bautista. It looks like if Pitbull was trying to bulk up, and so he's just eating a bunch of calories so that he can shred it later. Mr. Worldwide, Dale. You see it too, right? I see Pitbull in there. I see Pitbull. Gears of Unk, Gears of Drax. What are these gears, and why are they at war? That's what would he'd say. I'm trying my best to like length this up so it's worthy of a clip on the Clips channel that isn't 1 or 2 minutes long. But I'm just severely outranked here, and this is why I don't talk about stuff I know nothing about, because I just ramble and I do my best to try and make it entertaining. But hey, Gears of War, it's happening. It'll probably be I will say this. I hope it doesn't end up being one of those Netflix movies where they clearly spent $200-300 million making it, only for it to look like slop. Kind of like Electric State. I wanted to like Electric State. I thought that sounded like an interesting movie, a world where all of a sudden all the animatronics came to life and demanded rights. It's like, okay, yeah. And I watched it and I was like, no, not like this. So, yeah, Gears of Slate. All right. All right. So let's move on to the next topic. Gears of War movie. It's coming. It's happening. You better enjoy it. Now, something I will be able to talk a lot more about. Rambo. John Rambo. Man, I wonder how Sylvester Stallone is doing this week, because it must be a pretty depressing week for him, unfortunately. Earlier in the week, we found out that there's going to be a Creed TV series that's spinning off from there that's going to be called Delphi. It'll be based on the gym where Michael B. Jordan's character Creed trained, and will follow boxers, I guess, trying to, rise up the ranks. It honestly sounds fine, but my one thought was like, this is cool, and I loved Creed movies, but it's like I miss that Sylvester Stallone element. I miss that Rocky Balboa part into the franchise, and it's happening again. I haven't really read into the article, so maybe Stallone is involved, but from everything I've seen so far, no. It says here we're getting Rambo origin movie. John Rambo hits the Cannes market. Oh, so it's a film they're trying to get sold. In other words, John Rambo, nothing is over. Action Vest Millennium Media, known for Has Fallen, Hitman, Bodyguard, and Expendables franchise, okay, are launching John Rambo at Cannes Market, a prequel to the 1982 classic action First Blood. Now, this is the interesting part. They're wanting to get Sisu director, which I did not watch. I do want to watch it. I've heard great things about it. People who watch it say like it's a really good movie. Just like a really interesting action film. And so, okay, that alone, if this is like a carnage, vengeful action movie, that's what you do want in Rambo. So I can't speak too much excitement into the director and who they got chosen, but everything I've heard about this film seems like it would be. Yeah, CC, I'm already hear people backing it up. Sisu was awesome, all that kind of stuff. Would this be very First Blood? Yeah, it sounds like it would be very First Blood because I mean, the first Rambo, First Blood, not Grubhub, was him like coming back home from war and he's just trying to live his life as a vet, and then he gets in trouble with the police and things go down, and every movie's progressively just more action packed and awesome. I thought the Rambo franchise was doing so well until its most recent Rambo movie. What was it called? Rambo Last Blood, I think. Oh man, what a way to just kind of kill the vibe. This, I wanted to give it a chance. I wanted it, but this was just Sylvester wanting to be cool as an older man. It had the plot just good enough for a streaming, like a straight to DVD sort of plot where it's like, and it should have worked because it was Rambo versus the cartel. Like that in itself is cool, but the storyline just didn't do it for me. It didn't do anything to advance or explore the character more. I feel, to me, in my mind, Rambo, which was the one that came out in 2008, this was the real ending of the franchise. This movie, I think, was in line with the blood, the violence that Rambo had, and was still a good look into the character and exploring him. Like that's the best way to end it, as opposed to what they did with Last Blood. But here, let me just see if there's any mentions about Stallone, because I do wonder. Stallone. Oh, just comments. Dang, not even in the main article. Okay, here it goes. The plot is under wraps, but it will be the origin story of young John Rambo during the Vietnam War. With the cast in early stages, we understand Sylvester Stallone is aware of the project, but is not currently involved. We hear the door is open for the producers should a fitting role arise. Okay. Oh, well, I think Sylvester's probably on the phone going, they took Rocky away from me. You're not taking Rambo away. Let me be involved some capacity. So hopefully we'll get a Stallone producing credit. I doubt he'd be in the movie, but I bet you he's going to ask something like, yo, can I narrate it? Yeah, you make the movie, can I narrate it? You know, I could do something like, hey, long time ago, there was this blood. It turned out to be my first blood. So let me tell you this 2-hour story. Get your popcorn, real Pepsi. Oh, didn't know I could do impressions, right? You didn't look at like, that was pretty good. Accurate impression, yeah. De-age him the whole movie. That would be kind of funny to de-age him, because it would be kind of like what they did with the Martin Scorsese movie Irishman, where Robert De Niro is like a 30-year-old gangster, and that scene where he's just stomping, but he's clearly moving like a man in his 70s or 80s. I would like that for the whole movie. Hey, yo, you mess with me, you get my knife. Yeah, I like doing the Sylvester voice. It's a kind of it's okay. I said can don't need to dress to impress. Yeah, so I'm interested. I'll see how it goes. I'll be very curious who they would cast as young Rambo, because like, okay, look what I just did. Would the person need to kind of mimic, Sylvester Stallone's, speech, his mannerisms, or would it just be kind of a reboot of the character where I know this is an origin movie, but would it be kind of like starting a clean slate and a new idea to what Rambo could be? Someone already with the Tom Holland's in the chat. That would be a great name for it. Rambo Young Blood. I kind of would not mind that. You sound like Vin Diesel. Oh man, no, come on. I can do better. I can't do Arnold though. I can't. I'd like to see your Arnold. I really can't. I wish I could do Arnold. I don't even know what he would sound like. What's Arnie sound like? Yeah. No, I can't do Arnold. Arnold's too hard. I can't. All right, but anyways, there you go. Let's see. What would be a good act? Let's look up some actors. Actors in their 30s, I think is what they would probably go for. Actors in their 30s. Okay, we got some faces here. Um, these are just actors growing up. These are 4 actors who grew up. Sebastian Stan. I wouldn't mind Sebastian Stan. I could see Sebastian Stan. Taron Egerton would be kind of cool. I don't know. Some of these aren't that bad. Daniel Radcliffe. I don't know. Radcliffe. I don't see him as a young Stallone. You know who? He already has the DNA of an old action star. Arnold's kid, who's actually getting respect now, which we're going to talk about him later with X-Men because there's rumors he might be Cyclops. Dude, let's have him. I see it. How great would that be for Arnold? Where he's like, I can't do an Arnold impression. Hey, yo, Arnold, why you have your son take me? David Harbour, I don't know. John Bernthal, too young. Lewis Pullman, honestly, you know what? Lewis could probably pull it off. He's got the action chops for it. So yeah, Rambo story could be cool, could be awesome. I hope Stallone gets some sort of producing credit involved in there. Like I said, he might narrate the movie or something like that. I wouldn't mind seeing it. But yeah, that's what's happening. Rambo origin movie, baby. Okay. All right, let's move on to this topic, dude, because this was a wild story. So you guys know, for years, Jason was in some sort of legal battle. It was the rights owners. It was the original screenwriter Victor Miller fighting with Horror Inc., the people who produced the movie, and the legal battle. I don't even know if we need to get into it anymore, but basically, if once the legal battle was over, it's like the rights to Jason Voorhees got split into 2. And when that split happened, it just screamed panic for the fans because it's like, oh, why would these guys who were fighting for years want to then come to agree and make new Jason content for us? Well, it looks like that time has finally come and we are getting the stepping stones. We know one of the first steps is the whatchamacallit, the A24 Friday 13th show that we're going to get, where the first season is going to be with I forget her name already, Linda Cardellini, Velma, and she'll be playing Pamela Voorhees. And it's rumored that they have plans, or at least the original plan before they fired the showrunner, is we would get to seasons where Jason would be the classic Jason we know. But just like in the movie, it took 3 movies before Jason became classic Jason. So I'm assuming it's going to take at least 3 seasons of this, or 2, before Jason becomes classic Jason. And we have to deal with a season of Pamela Voorhees, which I don't mind. I think Pamela is an interesting character. I wouldn't mind seeing explored, especially to see how she raises little Jason, right? Okay. All that said, though, there is now that they have figured out the right situation with Jason, the whole point of the legal battle and the whole reason this was even an argument is because, hey, we know this guy's a moneymaker, so let's make some money. And that's essentially what the Jason universe is. That's what I want to make clear here, that what we got. This Jason universe is not a cinematic universe. It's not a Marvel universe. It's not even like what they tried to do with the Dark Universe and Tom Cruise and the Mummy. Jason universe is a brand. Wait, what we're staring at right now is the equivalent of looking at the Coca-Cola logo. What we're looking at right here is a Mountain Dew logo, it's Pepsi logo. It's a logo. It's a brand. It's not a cinematic universe. And the reason I'm explaining that is because it's so weird, this first look they announced for Jason. So let me pull that up here for you guys while we got it. Okay, Bloody Disgusting. We'll have it. They're always the ones, and we'll talk about that photo in a second. Okay. So Bloody Disgusting here kind of summed it up best for us with the first look of this new Jason. Here they have it. The Friday 13th rights holders over at Jason Universe have unveiled their brand new Jason Voorhees redesign. With this new version of Jason, they will lead movies, gaming, immersion experiences, collectibles, and more. Makeup effects legend Greg Nicotero helped with the redesign. And so this is what's kind of the confusing part, because usually when we get our first look at something, you know, like when we got our first look at Sonic, or we got our first look at what Mario looked like in the movie, it's what he's going to look like in the film, in the TV. What they've essentially revealed here for us is, hey, this is the brand new look to the Monopoly Man. Or the guy on the Peanuts. This is our new redesign for our mascot on the Peanuts. This is what this is. It's our redesign, and it's going to be our logo version of Jason Voorhees that we're going to put on T-shirts, on stickers, on iPhone cases, on statues, and this will be the Jason you'll be able to buy and explore. And that's why there's just so many interesting things about this announcement. So for one, like, my mind goes, they do mention, yes, they want to make movies. And I've mentioned that to you guys before, which I've completely ruined my relationship with these Friday 13th people. Whenever they first announced the Friday 13th stuff, I made a little YouTube video and I talked about this big Jason universe situation. Just pull it up for you guys, not have to play it or anything. But this video got the attention of the people there, where they emailed me and we had a video chat conversation. And I thought it was like something exciting. What it turned out being is, hey, we noticed you have a large audience. You have a lot of horror fans. We're trying to sell T-shirts, buttons, and all this stuff. Can we use you? I didn't get that at first, but that's what they basically wanted me to be, which is probably why I haven't heard from them, because they've been sending me like collectibles and merchandise, and they're like, hey, can you make a video about this pin that we made for the Jason universe? And I'm like, no. Announce a movie or show me a first look at a TV show, then you'll get a video. I promise you that. And so then they stopped sending me and asking me for stuff. But they did tell me during that video chat call, because I asked, I was like, so when are we getting? So I'm like, it's too bad you guys can't make a movie. And the girl was like, oh, we're going to make a movie and we're working on it, but I can't say much. And I was like, oh, and now they're finally admitting it here. They do want to make a movie. Okay, so with this design, how does that work then if this is now the official Jason for that we're going to get? Now, there's been backlash with this design. People do not like it. So let's pull up like classic Jason, just classic Jason Voorhees, right? And it doesn't feel all that distinct, but you will notice it. For one, take a look at the amount of holes on the hockey mask. They wanted to make it more, in connection with the how to say it, with the world being Friday the 13th. And now there are only 13 holes on the mask. So if you count all the holes, it's only 13. So it's a lot less than what we usually get. And I think all these different tweaks and designs are very purposeful, are very calculated, because the rights to Jason are just so niche that they have to make a very specific version of Jason, and then that's the Jason they can use in movies, TV shows, and all this stuff. So the 13 holes, okay, fine. If you want to do that, I guess that's kind of cool. I don't know. It gives me like 13 stripes on the American flag kind of vibe. Why is there 13 stripes? Why is there 13 holes on Jason? Well, there you go. The part I don't like about this is the eyes. The eyes are so like almost squarish. They look almost like sunglasses eyes, right? Like if well, these aren't sunglasses, but like these kind of, like, that's the kind of shape that they give off, is like their glasses. And if you notice, all the other designs are more circular. It's just a plain old circle there and there. And even the mask itself is usually a lot more round. And with the mask that they've come out with now, it's more like almost like an egg shape. It's like a, and so it's just weird. As far as the rest of the body goes, I'm fine with it. If anything, it kind of just reminds me of the Jason from the 2009 reboot. There's classic little button-ups, the dirty T-shirt, the machete is there, and boots and pants. That's fine. Some people, like, as Jason went on, he got a lot more scruffier and dirtier. And then there's those crazy versions of Jason with, like, Jason X and all that stuff. I'm trying to find different photos here. So I'm okay with that. But again, fans are not in love with this. Fans are not happy with it. They keep talking about the mask, and see some people here say Casey Jones knockoff. I'm trying to see what others pull up. They did a good edit. I think these are the people who did the Friday 13th fan film, Never Hike Alone and Jason Rising, that you can watch right now. They did a good edit of the mask that makes a whole lot of difference. It's still not perfect and amazing, but just rounding out the eyes, going completely black, rounding out the mask, dude, that's Jason. That's like that's a nice little redesign right there. That would have worked a lot better than what they ended up coming out with in this. Like, I don't know, this does give me Casey Jones vibes. It gives me like, I don't know, guy who's about to rob a liquor store kind of vibe. You know, it's like, give me all your money, or like the mask they wear in Heat. You know, the that movie. This, I feel like it just reminds me of classic Jason Voorhees. That's what I'd get from it. So, okay, but now getting back to the other issues at hand with this. So, with this also, they say this is the Jason then that'll be in movies, gaming, immersion experiences, collectibles, and all that. So, is every Jason gonna look identical throughout games and movies? I feel like that's kind of weird, and that takes away some of the creative liberties you could have. Because let's say tomorrow they announced, I don't know, James Wan is doing a Friday 13th reboot. Well, wouldn't James Wan want to help the redesign of Jason from the ground up and give a Jason that fits in with his version of the movie? How is that going to work when they're like, oh, no, you actually can't do that. Legally, you have to use this version. This is the only version of Jason we're allowed to use. So make a movie around this guy. And, you know, and same thing for a video game, because they said they want to make new Jason video games. The Jason in the movies and the Jason in the game would have to look exactly the same. I don't know. It just creates all this kind of stuff where it's like, why is this being done that way? And it is kind of sad to just see Jason, like, we just want a movie. We just want to see this guy out there. And now he's just become this brand. He's basically become this mascot, this, like I said, the Monopoly guy or the peanut guy. So let me see what you guys are saying. As long as this is the base template, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, like maybe you're right. Maybe this is just the base template and they can do things off there. Because if you think about it, the way he came off in Multiverses, because right, let's look up Jason Voorhees Multiverses. That was a pretty, you know, kind of exaggerated design, and they had a little bit more fun with it. Oh, did they also do the 13 hole thing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so no, it's still not 13 holes, but this was a pretty exaggerated design, and this was in partnership with the Jason universe, and it was before they announced their official like look of what Jason has to look like. So this feels more like Jason from the older movies. But then again, copyright is different in video games and TV shows and movies, so maybe that's just the way it was able to be used. But hey, some people here saying I love it. Some people do say it does seem a bit off. Yeah, and stuff like that. To me, yeah, RIP multiverses. I agree. RIP multiverses. That was kind of, the game was fun for like 2 weeks for me, but whatever. So that's what's kind of been going on, and that's what I'm trying to get some people to understand, because they see the word Jason universe and they assume it's like all one giant connected thing, when no, it's just the brand. That's just what they're calling it now. That's just, and also people have brought up none of this stuff references Friday the 13th, you know? So I wonder if that's also part of the legal issue, or how they split the money, that maybe when we get another Jason movie, it might not be called Friday the 13th. It'll probably be called Jason Voorhees, or it'll be called Jason. Because yes, the Bloody Disgusting article here calls it Friday the 13th rights, but never did the Jason universe people ever say Friday the 13th. They never bring that up. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. Let's see here what people say. They might let people, directors or someone, give them more money to help redesign Jason for their media. That's what I would think. This is probably an evolving design. Every redesign always looks weird. If you were new to Friday the 13th, you'd think the original was weird. Yeah, you're probably right. What would you guys rather see, a new Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th? Personally, Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger has always been my favorite slasher. But I just that's another character where I have no idea why they're not doing anything, because he's not holed up in any legal issues. It's just the Wes Craven estate who own the rights. They just have to partner up with Warner Brothers and make a movie, and they haven't done that yet for some reason. They should, though. So yeah, that's what's been going on with Jason. We'll see what happens and what occurs. I don't mind this design all that much. I'm just, like I said, it's just funny to see them. Hey, here's our new Jason. Oh, cool. So he's gonna be in the movie. He's gonna be on a T-shirt. That's what you wanted, right? Yeah. All right. So let's see what else you guys have to say now. Let's move on. Avengers Doomsday, my lordy wardy. We have some cool updates going on with Avengers Doomsday. All right, so where do we begin? So this movie right now is currently filming in the UK. Things are happening, things are moving. And for a while, we were getting some Avengers Doomsday set photos. Oh, sorry about that. Avengers Doomsday set photos. And it seemed pretty likely like it was the X Mansion. We couldn't be 100% sure, but it seemed like it was the X Mansion. We're gonna get to those. See here, we would get like rubble, and there was statues of there. It seemed like probably the courtyard of the X Mansion, and there was going to be a scene where the X Mansion gets destroyed, as it typically does in a lot of the X-Men movies, and maybe it's an incursion happening. This looks like space debris, like maybe it's people from the 616 Marvel universe going into the Fox X-Men world and being like, hey, this is happening, let's team up, right? Well, we got a new set photo revealed that lets us know we're probably going to see some Sentinels, baby. We're going to see some Sentinels. Now, if you don't remember, let's see, X-Men Sentinels. These are always such a classic part of just X-Men comic books, cartoons, and even the movies. See, here we have the comic book version of the Sentinels. Here we have the Days of Future Past version, which I remember hating this design, but the Sentinels were freaking threatening in that movie, dude. Like, you want to create some villains that I felt could actually were a real danger. These guys, not this exact version, but the ones they later came out with, don't look comic book accurate. But man, these were great Sentinels, and they were a big threat. And those scenes where they're just killing mutants, I was like, dude, it's heartbreaking. It was really cool stuff. Those were my favorite parts of Days of Future Past, right? And we even got it in X-Men 3. There was like a short, like they were in the war room, which is like their practice room, and this was their Sentinel. They were practicing fighting a Sentinel. I don't know, just as like a training exercise. But now, here with some set photos of the X Mansion and some destruction going on, people have noticed that there are what appears to be a Sentinel body, a lot more comic book accurate, and it'll just be something that appears in the movie. And I love it. Yeah, see, already people peeking, coming, peeking. They were terrifying in Days of Future Past. Yeah, they were. So at first I couldn't really see it. So let me try to help you guys out. It looks like that is the chest piece of the Sentinel. So here, like if we look at the comic book, so it's like we're looking at the chest piece, it's like it's laying on its back. That's what we're kind of seeing here. So here's like the circular area of the chest. Here goes in one of the arms, and then here we lean in to the abs and legs and torso. And in fact, here, if I pull up the whatchamacallit, the account that's been kind of showing off these set photos, they've even taken some more where you can see like it's the flat out lower torso of the Sentinel. I think they just have it covered up for people like this who are taking drone shots and all that stuff. But that's cool, dude. That also lets you know they're building them practically. Dude, that thing's just gonna be late. That's awesome. That's gonna be a great effect in the movie. Just an actual Sentinel laying on the floor. Here you can see kind of its feet. Let me see if I get again here another shot of the chest and whatnot. Okay, so let's try to examine what this could be and what this is. In my mind, the way I picture this is I feel like we're obviously in Avengers Doomsday. I think we're going to be cutting to a bunch of different universes until they all end up colliding for some reason. So we'll be like in our main MCU, we'll be in the Fantastic Four universe if that's still around, and we'll be in the Fox universe. I think it would be so cool if when we cut to the X-Men world, they're just in the middle of a battle already. They're in the middle of a mission, and they're not even worried about Doom, incursions, or anything going on the multiverse, because right now they're focused on what they have to fight, and that Sentinels attacking the mansion. How cool would that be as like a starting off scene to reintroduce the Fox X-Men characters to some people who haven't seen them in a while, right? It's just like these Sentinels stomping in, clumping, and then you have James Marsden, Cyclops, you have Professor Xavier, all these people just fighting, and once they're done with that, they're like, whoa, there's a hole in the sky. I feel like that's what will end up happening. It's something like that. Someone said scroll. There's more pictures. Is there more pictures? I don't see any more pictures. I'll keep looking. Sentinel. It's just these are the foot and whatnot. I'll keep looking to see if there's more. But again, these are the statues and whatnot. I do want to point out, because they're trying to be kind of clickbaity, they're getting some photos of other things. So this isn't from Avengers Doomsday. This is from the He-Man movie. And they did get who I was just talking about, Patrick Schwarzenegger. He was on set for some reason. Yeah, but that's not for Avengers Doomsday. He's apparently filming something else in London. But boy, there's been rumors that he'll end up being Cyclops in the universe. Please. I would love him as I thought he was great in the recent season of White Lotus. He's got the face, he's got the structure. Just even somebody already Photoshop and tint those things red. Let me see if someone already did in the comments. I bet they did. No, nobody Photoshopping those eyes. Oh, there he goes. I knew it. There's always that one fan that's gonna do it. Peak. Perfect, dude. This is Scott Summers. I see you there, buddy. I see you there. And so yeah, but from what I understand, this isn't from Avengers Doomsday. He's filming something else. But anyways, back to the Sentinels. That's just a cool piece to have it in there. I wonder how much continuity they're even going to bring in from the previous movies. Like, is the original 3 X-Men movies canon? Is Days of Future Past canon? Any of that stuff canon? Or is just the general idea of who they were is canon? Does that make sense? Because by this point, this would be like the 5th time they fight Sentinels at their mansion and whatnot. The other thing I wanted to bring up was from My Time to Shine Hello, which they brought up another interesting tidbit about what is going to be going down in this movie. So let me see here. All right, so they have here with X-Men. They said, so about the X-Men, here's what's happening. No new cast will be introduced in the upcoming Avengers film, because the focus is on giving closure to the original characters. Casting hasn't started yet. Director Jake Schreier, who we're hearing is rumored to be the director, that's the director of Thunderbolts, hasn't officially signed on. That's why Sadie Sink isn't playing Jean Grey, and that the role Kevin Feige is specific. The reason he's bringing that up is because there was like a rumored cast for the X-Men, but I also just don't believe it right now. This is from Jeff Snyder, who right, wrong sometimes, but I mean, this is also the guy who literally told us Sadie Sink was playing Jean Grey, and now he's saying these people. Now, would I love these faces for X-Men cast? Yeah, especially Patrick Schwarzenegger as Cyclops. But starting off here, we would have Angel, played by Nicholas Eggleston, who's He-Man right now. Drew Starkey as Iceman. I'm just happy they would have Iceman in the movie. Daisy Edgar Jones as Jean Grey. I don't mind Jean Grey, but I'm just like, if we're just going to always revert to her like Phoenix story, I just hope they make it interesting, because we've seen the Phoenix story done a lot. And after a while, it gets cliche about my powers are hurting me. I would hope they do something new with it in the MCU version. Logan Lerman as Beast is an interesting choice. It feels like they're going kind of like the Nicholas Hoult route of, having Beast just kind of be like this scrawny, nerdy kid that just ends up turning into Beast, which I guess would be fine. I like Logan Lerman. But again, these guys aren't 100% confirmed. It's just there. And that also makes sense to me, is why would they already have them cast? And I don't know if introducing them in Doomsday would be the best way to go, because you're paying homage to the old cast members. We already have confirmed so many older cast members there, from Xavier and Cyclops and Beast. So it's like you would want to respect that and not overflood it, unless it's like a post-credit scene. Yeah. They're the 5 original X-Men. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, they are the 5 original. Jean looking good. Jean is great. She was in that movie Feast, I think it was called, with Sebastian Stan. Really great horror movie. But yeah, those are the updates right now with Doomsday and them. I just thought those photos were awesome, and it'd just be cool if we get a scene like this, where this is the opening into showing them off. They're just all in the middle of battle, taking down some stuff, and then it's like, oh wait, something else is going on, multiverse? Let's take care of that. Or it could just end up being a scene in the war room again, where they're just having a training exercise. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Spider-Man. Okay, so speaking of Avengers Doomsday, we had some interesting stuff with Spider-Man. So there's been rumors that Spider-Man is not going to be in Avengers Doomsday. which is so interesting because months ago we were hearing that Spider-Man was going to be the main character of Doomsday and Secret Wars, because right now he's kind of the most popular character the MCU has, since they don't have someone like a Steve Rogers Captain America, a Tony Stark Iron Man, even T'Challa Black Panther isn't around. So it's like, who is our most famous hero that people just love to see no matter what? Peter Parker. But I always was worried about that, because I'm like, yeah, but that's a Sony character. Why would they, put so much on Tom Holland when Marvel doesn't really even own him and have no say on what to do with him? Well, so when we were getting the casting announcements and things like that for Avengers Doomsday, Tom Holland was off those lists a lot. And now we kind of know why, because as of right now, it still seemed like he wasn't going to be part of the movie. So we had Daniel RPK let us know that Marvel Studios plans on including Spider-Man in Avengers Doomsday and is currently working on closing a deal to do so. This deal is finally happening right now with Tom Holland, because he has finished filming his scenes in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. That's the movie he got cast in with Zendaya. And I think he's got like a small space of a break before he jumps into Spider-Man Brand New Day. So in the small window he finally has, which I'm assuming they didn't know if he would have, because who knows how long it would have taken for him to do the stuff with Christopher Nolan, because that's a high priority movie for him. Christopher Nolan's a big director. If for some reason his scenes took longer, or the shoot was delayed, well, it wouldn't have made sense to already have him be in Doomsday if they couldn't guarantee he'd even be on set, since he was busy with the Odyssey. But now that he's done with the Odyssey and he's got this free time, we're hearing that Marvel is trying to lock in a deal to get him in the movie. So two things about that. One, it sounds like the rumors were true. There was a real possibility Avengers Doomsday was just not going to include Tom Holland in the movie, because, well, they already have so many other characters, so many other things going on. I guess they just didn't want to pin it all on him, and with scheduling and stuff like that, wasn't available. Two, now that Tom is looking to be in the movie, he's not going to be in it for very long. If you guys remember, whenever Captain America Civil War was coming out, there was rumors back then that they had a script with Spider-Man and a script without Spider-Man in case they couldn't get a deal down for the rights to Spider-Man. And it feels like this is the exact same situation. Is there's probably a version of Doomsday that has some Spider-Man in it, and there's a version of Doomsday without some Spider-Man in it. We're going to get the version with him in it. So I think it's just going to be like a couple of scenes. It'd be nice if he's a big chunk of the movie, but it seems like they already have so much more going on. And if anything, I think they'll just set him up for Secret Wars, right? To have him be a bigger player in there, because he's got to have a big part in Secret Wars. Like, there's a freaking Spider-Man cover with him in the black suit. You got to have Spider-Man as a big part of Secret Wars. Finally, that's good to know. I was getting really worried we weren't going to have him. But it also makes me like, dang, so is he even going to interact with Tony Stark in the movie, or Doctor Doom, or Robert Downey Jr.? Because we were like, well, that's one relationship that's going to be traumatizing, because he's like, oh, Mr. Stark, you're evil? I hate you 3000. No, that's iconic, man. We got to get that scene. So there's that. Hopefully it ends up being a nice chunky amount of time and they can sprinkle him all throughout the movie. But there you go. He will be in it, but it looks like he won't be in it for much. The other updates we were getting about Spider-Man, this one just happened, which I thought was interesting. With Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let's see if I can pull it up. Okay, this is coming again from Daniel RPK, where he's saying Spider-Man Brand New Day is reportedly being filmed in several locations outside of the UK, including Italy. Now, this is interesting for a few reasons. Now, if you don't know, the UK right now is where Marvel has kind of set up their base. So, and I think even a lot of the Spider-Man movies do there. Basically, what I'm saying is the UK can be made to look like New York, and movies will make movies in the UK to look like New York because it's cheaper and it's easier for them to do. So it wasn't weird that the movie was being filmed in the UK, because it's like, we know they can make that look like New York, and the movie will most likely be set in New York. But now Daniel RPK is telling us that there's actually going to be several locations, and one of them includes Italy, and Italy is where they filmed a lot of scenes for Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay. This is worrying me a bit. This is worrying me. I don't know what this means for the movie. Because, look, well, I talked about it, I think, on the last live stream. There was some details that were revealed that seemed way too good to be true that I hope they are, where the director, Destin Daniel Cretton, was like, I'll do the movie, but you got to remove the multiverse stuff. I want to kind of soft reboot Spider-Man. That's Brand New Day, kind of put him back in there. Street level story. And then maybe Mr. Negative, guy who runs Feast would be a villain in there, stuff like that. Like, to me, that sounded really exciting. But now, like, there's just it was still uncertainty. And some of the things I just didn't love about the Tom Holland trilogy, although I like it, it's not a lot of time in New York, man. Not a lot of time in New York. I mean, No Way Home, even then, barely felt like they got to take advantage of the New York landscape because it was filmed during COVID. So they had to do a lot of things indoors and in closed spaces. So it was a lot more scenes of him being inside a room, inside this living room, inside that room. It wasn't really him getting to swing all that much or really feel like New York is a character the way it does in Andrew or Toby's movies. And so, Homecoming, they had that whole sequence where he went to Washington, D.C., and he's climbing up that thing trying to save his friends from the elevator. Here, it seems like, okay, there's going to be another excuse to maybe travel abroad again. Are these going to be repercussions from Doomsday? Is this going to be something else? Like, it just makes me wonder, like, it might be flashbacks. Some people, like, I thought about that too. Like, what if it's flashbacks, or there's like maybe a time inclusion thingy in there where we like go back through the past, but they also say several locations outside of the UK. That's interesting. Like, some Spider-Man going all over the place a little bit. That's a little interesting about why they do that. I like Spider-Man in New York, man, and I just feel the MCU hasn't done a great job of being like, hey, this is Spider-Man. This is his territory. This is his land. But honestly, maybe it'll be an excuse for why he wasn't around to help Daredevil when Kingpin was outlawing vigilantes. Maybe it is Kingpin's outlaw vigilante that he's like, dang, I guess I gotta get on Zillow and find a new home somewhere else. I don't know. We'll see. It could be a bunch of nothing, but yeah, we'll see what happens with there. Let me see what else we had about Spider-Man Brand New Day. This one, take it with a major grain of salt, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even believe it. I don't think it's credible. Let's see here if I can get it. Yeah. So this is coming from Jeff Snyder, who is right on some stuff and is sometimes so spot on. I will have to mention them on the channel. But I feel lately when it comes to Spider-Man and Marvel, dude's been missing and looks like he's just throwing stuff at the wall. So he recently got on a live stream and he said that Sadie Sink is actually playing Mayday Parker in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, keep in mind, just a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, he was also saying Sadie Sink was actually Jean Grey in the movie. And so now he's saying it's Mayday. So I don't believe a thing he's saying. And at this point, I'm just starting to think she's just going to end up playing a classmate of Peter's. That's really all I get from this. Is she's just going to be someone at the college that is there with Peter. And that's about as far as it'll go as far as I know. The Mayday stuff, again, it's just hard to believe. As much as I want that, like I've said, like, I think that's a great theory. If they want to do the multiverse thing and they want to bring back Toby and Andrew and all that, fine. Put Mayday in there, have it a thing where it gives us in some insight to like what Tobey Maguire is like as a father. Build out that universe a little bit, make it worth my while as a fan. Because No Way Home, we got some great moments, but we didn't get to find out, man, what have they been doing all these years? What have they been up to? I want to know what their life is like. And maybe Toby just didn't want to mention that he had a child because he knew it could affect his life in this universe. Where it's like, well, if I tell me as a kid with this person, it might not happen. So I might as well keep my mouth shut. Maybe it'll happen for him, But yeah, I'd like the idea of Mayday because I think Mayday's a cool character, but I'm just not believing this. I'm not believing it. Some people, saying Gwen. Other people are bringing up Jackpot. I just don't know how big of a character Jackpot is to pop her into a movie. But I guess we are starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel now with like Spider-Man characters because we're bringing in Mr. Negative, which is only cool to me because I played it because he was a character in the video game. But Jackpot is like, it's barely someone I'm all that familiar with, and they were thinking about making a movie, and it wouldn't be someone that makes me jump up and down. I just want to see like Scorpion. I want to see Vulture come back. I want to see Shocker get a new classic suit. But yeah, so There you go. That's what's happening there. Let's see here. Why would Mayday be in the movie without Toby? Well, see, if they're doing the incursion thing, or if they're doing the thing where people are slipping into the universe because we're leading to Avengers Doomsday, this would be a nice pre-effect to that, right? This would be a nice way to, like, Spider-Man can have his adventure and then he investigates why this happened, and it leads us into Doomsday where worlds are colliding, people are coming in. So to me, that's why. But I think Toby would definitely have to be in it unless she somehow popped in without Toby. That would be weird. Black Cat, you see, it's weird to me because I still see Sadie Sink as just very young. She just looks like a child. And when I think of Black Cat, I think of someone seductive. I think of somebody sexy who uses their body as a weapon to seduce Spider-Man, but her ultimate purpose is to, steal diamonds or get on the upper hand. I just can't see that from Sadie Sink right now. That's why I saw more like like a Sydney Sweeney or an Anya Taylor-Joy as a Black Cat. But maybe it's a reimagined version of Black Cat that isn't as as seductive. That could happen. Harriet Osborn, dude, that is the funniest one. So many people saying she's gonna end up being Harriet Osborn. I just think that's such a funny name. It's Osborn. Harriet Osborn. Why not, man? Honestly, I see that more than the Black Cat, if I'm being for real. Yeah, so I don't know. Harriet Osborn would be so funny, man. I still like my fan theory, which I know people hate it, but I'm like, the MCU is crazy enough to do it, where Norman Osborn is gonna be a student at whatever college Peter is in, and he's gonna be the same age as Peter. And Peter's going to recognize that name, Norman, and is going to want to keep an eye on that guy. And he could end up being the new Harry. Because right now, Oscorp doesn't exist in the MCU. So that means we have to see Oscorp being built from the ground up. It's not just going to appear one day and be like, oh, Oscorp's a thing. This guy over here, he made it. What if Oscorp is a thing Peter builds with Norman? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, Norman Osborn post credit scene. That would be my way to go, dude. I'd like to see him get his own version of a goblin. But yeah, someone said Norman is dead in the MCU. That would be wild. But yeah, that's what's going on right now with Spider-Man and all this. I'm just kind of happy to hear they're gonna be able to get him into some scenes for Spider-Man Avengers Doomsday. Spider-Man Avengers Doomsday, sorry, for Doomsday. And yeah, we'll see what happens with brand new dates. Just so funny. Every now and then we just get information that ping pongs us back and forth about, oh, it's a classic Spider-Man New York story. He's going to be going to Italy in several different locations. Oh, so it's going to be more like Far From Home. Oh, okay. What's happening here? We'll see. We'll see. All right. That was the last piece of news that we got right now. Some of you guys want to look into the Reddit. I could do a little bit of Reddit before we get into the questions. Man, all right, be honest. Is this not a good profile pic or not? Your boy just has a hard time naturally smiling on camera. I thought this photo was fine, but now it's coming back to haunt me. Okay. I don't know how many of you guys earlier in the week saw like the little funny thing I did where, let me see. Oh, I can't see the Daniel Day-Lewis's Magneto. Now that would be awesome, but I doubt he'd do it, man. I doubt he'd do it. But it was was it Nicholas Holt? Nickel, what was it? Just look up Lex Luthor. But it was a photo of Lex Luthor where he's like peeking, and I captioned it "me at the urinals," and then I saw some comments where it's like, your profile pic made this perfect. I'm like, what's wrong with my profile pic, man? I can't seem to find the photo right now. But yeah, I think you guys have seen it. It's an alright photo, right? You look cute. You hide your insanity well in this photo. So it'd be a good photo if I ever got single again and was like on Tinder and just like, ladies, I'm normal. I'm normal. So that would be awful. Someone said you deleted it. I deleted it? No, I didn't delete the comment. It's still up there. Let's see. We go to Chris Parker. It's probably up there. It's still up there. It's let me see. Replies. I know it's here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, this was hilarious, Elliot. I love this photo. This was so great. This the alternate version of Clark Kent at home in the bed with with my dog. Get off me. I don't have to save the city till 12. The government said that's when I can save people. Where is it? Right here. There we go. See, this is the photo. He screenshotted it. Yeah, there we go. It was this. I was like, me peeking at the urinals. It's perfect. It's perfect, right? Got a good amount of interaction. But people were like, your profile pic makes this better. I'm like, all right, enough. Enough with the clown. All right, let's look at what's hot. We got the Funker Pops for Fantastic Four. If I was still a collector, I would be pre-ordering these already, but I'm out. I've left the game. I'm only collecting horror pops, so I only end up buying like 2 or 3 every couple months now. We got that. We talked about that already. Chris, I'm gonna say it. You won't escape him, man. I hate Siren Head. Dude, you know what really did make me feel old? I found out about this new brain rot that now you guys are gonna have to know about. I don't even know how to spell it. Sung Saur. Have you guys heard about this craziness? If you haven't, you are lucky. This is Skibbity Toilet on steroids, my friend. It has taken over my TikTok page. And I thought this was new. I thought this was recent. I would look at the comments and they're all from like a month or 2 ago, but it's only now popping up on my page. And it's the most random, crazy, stupid stuff. Sung Saur. Ballerina Cappuccina. Oh, it's Italian. Is that where it's from? Okay. I was like, why is everything in an accent? Yes, and it's AI. That's why it's so horrible. But it's just been all over my feed, and I can't get rid of it. Sung Saur. I hate it, man. I hate it so much. Bro, we're cooked. We are cooked. We are indeed cooked. I just thought I'd bring that up because I was like, what the heck? I don't even, what is this? Oh, cool. I mean, as a Dragon Ball Z character, I love it. I love it. Very good stuff. Thank you for that. Thank you. Hang on. Oh, stop flexing on us. That wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. That was an accident. I was just trying to hang on. My head itches right now. Hang on, my head itches. My head is itching. Oh, sorry. Dude, right in front of the camera. That's embarrassing. Oh, dude. Guys, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, Lex Luthor is looking more attractive these days. Now that is a face that would catch you peeking at the urinals. That's a guy that's peeking at the urinals, all right? And you know what? He doesn't care if you saw him. Other Lex, as soon as you look back, he turns his head. That Lex, eye contact. Down, eye contact. Down, eye contact. There you go. That's what we got. Oh, finally, they were done today. My editor ran into some horrible copyright issues. As soon as the stream is over, I'm uploading it and posting it. So once the stream is done, these reviews are going up, my friend. So you guys can enjoy and watch that. So that's going up as soon as the stream is ending. Lex Luthor. What the heck? Ohana means family. Dang, me and Vin Diesel. I'm his cousin, all right. Dang, that's a huge forehead on me. That's a huge forehead. Why is Stitch there of all people? A normal random post picture. Oh, great. Bro's not coming back. I don't even know. Okay, I gotta do the sound. I gotta stop screen share, share screen. And then is it this one? Okay, let's see what it said. Spending the weekend up in some cabins. Oh, yeah. I am spending the weekend in some cabins, and I'm probably not coming back now. Little baby, the little baby's there. That's so cute. That's nice. That's cool. That's cool. 3C, look at the screen. That's definitely. I don't think so. I saw people talking about this and going crazy over it, where there's a news reporting here about major floods cause suffering. But if you remember in the trailer, there is also a flood happening. So it's them talking about Metropolis. It's not talking about the floods in Gotham. Although, hey, I've been someone saying that they're going to combine the universes, but I think James Gunn has already debunked that and stuff like that. So the flood is just from the moment in the trailer, which here, let me see if I can show it to you. You go to it, there's like a moment towards the end where you just see all this crazy destruction and things happen. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. Let me get to it. A lot of stuff. You guys, but there's a moment in here where they show like it's actually flooding. I'm trying to find it without getting copyrighted. Dude, that trailer is so great. I love this trailer.
Somehow become fate. I will not.
I can't. I gotta pause it every couple seconds, or else I won't get it. I'll go shine your boots.
I'll go get him for you.
Just trust me when I say it's there, okay? There's a scene where they're flooding and whatnot, and that's mainly where it's coming from. So it's not that it's referencing the Gotham, but in the trailer there's a moment where there's like they're opening the sea and it's like all purple stuff and whatnot. So that's what I think it's referencing. It's not the Batman Robert Pattinson one. So yeah. Would have been cool though. I did see this. I just didn't make it a topic because I just there's not much to talk about. It's what we've been hearing for a couple months now, is that Matt Reeves is working on the script. He's turning in a couple pages at a time, and there should be a finished script probably by the end of this month. I'm happy and excited. I hope it happens, but it didn't seem like anything crazy or new. It's just like, yeah, the script is still coming in, little pages being written there and whatnot. So didn't seem like anything big enough to really stretch out and talk about. What Chris, every time he sees a hot Latina actress in a movie. For the Flash movie, oh, she's Latina? Who's this one? I don't recognize her. Of course. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Red light controversy canceled due to Chris Parker backlash. I got a Hollywood Reporter article. That's great. Oh, man, I'm tired of this. I hate this. This photo's gonna haunt me, man. I just thought, oh, I love it. I love things like this. Okay, I want to see this. Okay, so I'm gonna rate each one. Right now, though, I don't like the way my teeth are sticking out on that one. So this is a 7 out of 10. Oh, let's see, back out. Okay. So let's go to the next one. That's a long stream of piss you got there. I'd call a doctor about that one. I give this one like an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Not that bad. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I kind of like her. We all agree? We all agree? 9 out. Oh, I just missed crypto. Woof. I don't like that one. That one's a little too real. That feels like a real person. I had to exact that could. That's a little too real. That's somebody's daughter. Ain't gonna be mine. That's a little too real. You saying I have the power to create red lights? Superman would be pissed because red light weakens him, I believe, or just makes him normal. That one's kind of scary, man. I don't like this one. Oh, I don't even know what happened here. This is a 1 out of 10. That's not even me resembling me. I need more. Wallace and Gromit. Listen there. I have seen this. Oh, has Darth Vader said Hawk 2? It's crazy where we're headed in, man. All this is just becoming so normal. All this is just like So if you guys don't know, in Fortnite, they released an update today where you can hire Darth Vader, which has always been like a thing. You can hire NPCs to be your like, companion and help you fight along whatever, right? But the thing that they introduced now is that Darth Vader, James Earl Jones, him and his estate, because James Earl Jones has passed away, has given permission and has gone through with letting Epic use an AI of his voice so that you can actually talk and interact with Darth Vader. So over here, like you can kind of see there's a thing where you can hold down a button and you can talk to Darth Vader and ask it anything. You could just be like, hey, yo, Darth, what's the weather like today? And he'll respond to you in James Earl Jones' voice and give you a Darth Vader-like response with, oh, the weather today is dark, much like my empire. I don't know, something like that. And well, they've tried doing things where they filter it, so he's not supposed to say any profanity. He's not supposed to say anything like really rude or mean. He's supposed to, nothing that would harm the legacy of James Earl Jones, the great actor and / voice actor. But people are still finding loopholes and ways, and I have seen clips where Darth Vader says the F word, where he says goon, where he says edge. I'm not. I think we could honestly find something just to. Dude, please don't. I'm gonna search Darth Goon and hopefully nothing bad pops up. Darth Vader Goon. Oh, nope, never mind. That's the Nick A30. That was just gonna be a simple. If somebody has one of those clips, tag me in it because it's gonna take me a while to find it. I just searched Darth Vader Goon. Jeez, I don't want to scroll anymore. I don't want to know what happened. Somebody tag me on it just to show off like some of the insanity that happens with what's going on. Maybe I can just search Darth Vader. It'd probably be already one of the top voices. I'll see. That's one of him cursing, which I didn't really care for much. Available in Team Night, Darth Vader. Yeah, and some people are finding ways to like cancel Darth Vader and have him say some pretty effed up stuff. I was like, dang, dude. We'll see if it comes up here. This is an older post. This is an older post. Okay. So, anyways, well, back to what I was getting to though with this. Obviously, a lot of people are having fun with it, enjoying it, and it's just again normalizing something that's going to become a huge destructive thing in making movies and stuff. Where the last generation, the generation under me, is getting normalized to this, and they're getting like AI is cool, AI is funny, AI is dope, and we're gonna be the old people going, back in my day, we would use real voice actors, we would use real, not this AI bull crap. And they're gonna be like, yeah, shut up, old man. This is the future. This is what's cool. And so Tung Tung Saur and Darth Vader AI movie within the next 30 years, man. So it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. Let me see if that oh, there we go. Someone found it. What the heck? Cliffhanger of Chucky franchise. What the heck is this, buddy? I don't even know what that. I'm not gonna click on that though. All right. Back to what we were talking about here, though. Oh, this is a nice painting. I like that. What do you think of the Superman drawing? That's nice. I like that. That's cool. It gets a thumbs up for me. I don't like what he's looking at me. Oh, Jim Carrey. That was a nice cameo in the Angerman sequel.
Nani.
I gotta call Michael Jackson.
Nani.
Yeah. I'll get copy strike though if I keep watching because it's a movie. Terrifier 3 or top 5 horror movie. It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there, but I don't know if top 5. Not bad, but we could do better. We could superimpose that a lot better. I know we can. I don't even know why I'm in this game. I never played this game. I'm just pulling. Come on, Pikmin. Oh, let me make out with Kong for a second. Oh, okay. I wanted to bring this up. There we go. This is what I wanted to get to. These are not me. I see a lot of people thinking I'm doing this. I am not. I do not like this. And if you see it, please let the comments know. I do not approve of it. I do not like it. It's just weird. If you don't know, there are these baby videos of me and AI where it's just my voice. It's just the voiceover of the TikTok videos I've made. and it's me as a baby giving movie news, giving reviews. I just think it's weird. I think it's odd. I don't like this trend. I could already think of the horrible stuff people could do with babies and kids' faces using AI. I do not like this stuff. And I reported it before to TikTok, but I'll just get back saying, like, we see no violation done. If you would like, you can just block them. I was like, okay, well, thanks, TikTok. But I was seeing some people in the comments go, this is Chris's account. Chris made this. You know, Chris is doing it. I'm like, no, I am not. I do not like this. This is weird. So, and a lot of these accounts that just steal my content and like redo them with AI, they'll block me. So I don't even get to see all the other accounts. So I'm just hoping you as fans can just let the comment section know it ain't me. I don't like it, but what's you gonna do, man? It's just weird. But yeah, baby 3C was in these this weird stuff. Weird stuff, man. Don't even look like me. I didn't even look like that as a baby, man. That's just a baby. All right. Let's get in though into some of your guys' topics, and you guys can distract me from some of the nonsense in the world. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, I am watching Final Destination Bloodlines right now with my mom. First official horror movie I have watched as an adult and not through YouTube videos. Hey, I hope you like it, Mr. Death. That's not a bad one to start off with. I mean, Clown in a Cornfield would have maybe have segued you in a little bit better, a little nice gateway, and it still would have been rated R. But hey, Final Destination, good, man, good. And that is funny. Having to grow up and watching them on YouTube, you miss out a lot, though. You miss out a lot. Have you watched the studio effing yes, I talk about it every live stream. Every live stream I bring up how much I love the studio. I think every episode is very hilarious, and especially us as movie fans, where a lot of the news and things we hear about is really talked about there. So great. I think the last episode I saw, which was the one where they were trying to figure out the casting for the Kool-Aid Man movie, and I'll butcher it all, but it is so funny because it just becomes a battle about the studio execs trying to figure out, are we casting too many black people in our Kool-Aid movie? And it just becomes into this conversation about what's the right amount of diverse people to put in, who do I bump in, who do I bump out? And it was such a funny episode because I wonder if there's ever execs that really have that internal struggle about how diverse they should or shouldn't get in a movie and whatnot. But it does it tastefully, and it doesn't do it in that annoying way where some people are going to watch that episode and be like, see, this was wrong with Hollywood. They made a good one. Just like that Eric Cartman. He my hero. He my hero, that Eric Cartman. Shut up, Dennis. No one likes you. Everybody talks behind your back, Dennis. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the chat on the other side of my monitor. That way I can keep an eye on it. Make sure nothing crazy happens. Almost done, almost done. All right. Gucci Moochie. There we go. All right. Let's move on. Fear Street Prom Queen comes out next week. I am excited. I am interested. They came out with a really cool poster today that's like an homage to the whatchamacallit, the Halloween poster. And it was very clever. Prom Queen. Was it called Prom Queen? It was called Prom Queen, right? Fear Street Prom Queen. Fear Street Prom Queen. Let me pull it up for you guys. That way y'all can see it too. In time, past 24 hours. And then it was this one. It's because oh yeah, there we go. There's side-by-side comparison of it. Step. There you go. Halloween. There we go with the pumpkin and all that, but they put a disco ball and knife. I like that. That's a nice homage. That's cool. I like when they can kind of do things like that and pay respect to older properties and whatnot. This is a slasher, and I think the Fear Street Killer has a pretty interesting design. Yeah, that's a cool design. It's just like this all red raincoat with the hatchet and the mask. I miss when slasher designs were more colorful and crazy for no reason. And so that's going to be a fun one. I hope it's good. I hope it's watchable. All right. Let's see here. There's a future version of Hulk named Maestro that can beat Dr. Doom. This could be a possibility for Doomsday considering the concept art leak. Maestro, maybe. You got to think the Russo brothers probably want to redeem themselves a bit for what happened in with the Hulk in the couple last movies. They know the complaints, they know how angry fans are. You got to think they're prepping a scene to make Hulk a badass again, because that's what we want. DJ Clever says, what if all the Hulks in the concept art aren't all from the same universe? Probably. I mean, that's the whole point of Battle World, right? It's just chunks of different universes all in one place. So that would be interesting. And it seems kind of racist, if I'm being honest, because it's called Greenland. So it looks like Doom just gets everyone who's green and says, you live here now. This is your home. I'm watching you, Doom. I'm watching you, buddy. You can rule the world, but you got to be nice to the green. Logan Smurfs. Oh, it says Smurfs trailer. Boy, if you don't get out of my super chat. DJ Clever says best. No, I'm just kidding. I just have no care for the movie, buddy. I think it's out there. I think I saw little snippets of it, but that's gonna be one of those movies where I'm gonna hate the day I have to go watch it. But I hope it's good. I hope it's good. DJ Clever says best worst movie poster of 2024, IMAX and regular. What you want me to go through all the best and worst posters of 2024, buddy? I'll just search them up. Best posters of 2024. I'm trying to think of one. I like the Alien Romulus one. That was a pretty cool poster. Challengers poster was fine. Sometimes it's hard to just like disassociate with the movie because this was a cool poster, but the movie was awful. Did not like the movie. Deadpool and Wolverine had a bunch of cool posters in there. I think a lot of times it's just thumbnail posters, man. We're just how many faces can we get on this poster to let people know it's coming? You know. I did like the Civil War poster. There's some stuff, some things in there, some things in there. All right. It says, you are working on a film. What position would you want? Director? I want to direct my own movie, man. I want to try. I want to give it a swing. Although I will say, the freaking Rocka brothers have set the bar way too high. Because I'm going to the cabins this weekend. My dogs are barking because my lady just got home from the grocery store. So ignore that. I'm not killing anybody downstairs. All right. I promise. But anyways, as I was saying, last night I went to go watch the Rocka Brothers' new horror movie, Bring Her Back, and I'll probably won't be able to get a review for you guys until Monday. It's okay, the movie doesn't come out till next Friday, so it'll still be an early review, but you're gonna want to see this movie. I was very happy with this movie, and it's just again, dude, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, man, F the Philip Pugh brothers. I hate them. Y'all setting the bar too high. Okay? YouTubers making movies. It used to be the Smosh movie. That bar was pretty low. I could probably do something better than the Smosh movie. KSI had some movie too, right? Bar's still pretty low. Talk to me, and now this movie? Get out of here. I'm not Christopher Nolan, buddy. I'm not gonna do anything better than that. It's a cool movie. I can't wait to talk a little bit about more and get into it, but I think it's one that's going to be a lot of people's favorite horror movie of this year. So be thinking about that, and I'll get to a more better review for you guys Monday, but I did want to bring it up. But Rocka Brothers, man, dude, chill out, man. Let me get in the game first before y'all keep making that fire. Let's see here. Ben Malsky says, Chris, Legend of Aang and Mutant Mayhem 2 have been delayed to October 26th and September 27. Disappointing, but good things come to those who wait. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's a great saying, Ben. I like you, Ben. You're an all right guy, Ben. Get the hell out of here, Ben. Cope Fallen says, best pickup line to a girl who loves movies. Ooh. Ooh. I'm thinking. Give me a second. Girl, are you Jack Black from Minecraft? Because you're coming in hot. Woo-hoo! Off the top of the noggin. Oh, maybe I can compete with the Philippe brothers with that kind of writing. That right there would never, nobody would have thought of that in a million years. But right here, I got it. Let's see what you guys in the, I already see some people putting out some of theirs. All right, let's see. Let's see. Someone said, boo. Nah, I could risk somebody with that. I think I could. Girl, you want to go to, where's the punchline though, buddy? Girl, you want to go to the final destination? Because I want to make you a part of my bloodline. That's a little incesty. That's a little, is she your sister? We're working on it. We're working on it. All right, let's see. Want to be my popcorn bucket? I don't got a punchline for that. Want to be my popcorn bucket? Because you popping. Let's see, that was kind of weak. That one should probably walk away, turn away, and I'd be stuck with my Dune bucket. Ha! Good stuff. Stop, I'm blushing. Ah, see, it's working on somebody. It's working on somebody. Okay, brought up the masterpiece. No, Fred. Oh, yeah, Fred the movie. See? That bar was low. I was like, I could probably do better than Fred the movie. I could probably do better, but you know. What the heck, JBF, man? Let's calm down now. Let's see here. Does it fart as you try to do the oh the eyebrows? Does it fart? Somebody's gonna edit that in the Reddit. Somebody's gonna edit that and throw in the boom sound. Any news on weapons? What kind of pickup line is that? Read the room, Nexars. We're vibing here. We're throwing pickup lines. Any news on weapons? Get out. Nexar is the new Jerry of the group, guys. All right, we don't like him. Nah, nothing on weapons right now, my buddy. Nothing on weapons. 10-10 Riz. Okay, I like it. Just try to see what else he said. Not bad, not bad. Okay, crazy stuff going on here. I'm gonna start a bloodline with that would have been a good ending to that Final Destination one. Do you like scary movies? Because I'm gonna haunt your life, girl. I got him, dude. You just give me the setup. I'll think of the punchline. I'll think of the punchline. All right, all right, all right. It's all right. All right, let's move on. It's gone too far. It's got too far. All right. What do we got here? When you gonna kiss that ghost face? That thing creeps me out every time I walk in this room, man. One day it's gonna be a real dude. Mario 2 and MJ news. Oh, yes, I did. I don't know how real that news is, though. As far as MJ, I don't have any news on MJ. Nothing there. But I did see that there was somebody reporting that the Mario sequel got titled, but I didn't see anyone else talking about it. So I don't know how credible it was. Let me see if I can find the article. Okay, the Mario sequel movie is titled Super Mario World. See, this is what it says here. So this was an article from NBC Universal, which I guess does make it pretty official then if it's from NBC Universal. It's because a lot of companies have been doing their like stockholder meeting where they tell their stock owners what like they're planning and things like that. And they just also mention things they already have in the pipeline. And so this was from NBC Universal. And in the article, they have it here. An exciting range of films from Universal Pictures focus features. Oh, sorry. Illuminations. This thing. Sorry. Oh, there we go. I get it, man. Let me just have this. Okay, there we go. Presented including Megan 2, Nobody 2, Bad Guy 2, How to Train Your Dragon, Downton Abbey, Black Phone 2, Him, and then Super Mario World, Shrek, and Minions. You see, the only thing that holds me back on that is, look, Shrek, it doesn't say no Shrek 5. It doesn't say no Shrek tagline. This one just says Minions. But it's interesting that they named it Super Mario World. So that'd be a cool title then for the sequel of Mario 2, Super Mario World. And people have brought up this photo, and this is supposed to be the post-credit scene was the Yoshi egg. So it's going to be Mario and Yoshi. I saw other people be like, well, I just can't wait for the third movie because that one's gonna be called Mario Galaxy. Hey, when that movie's Mario Galaxy, woohoo! Happy, mamma mia! You Mario girl? Because you gotta be hitting bricks. Let it simmer. We can figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. 5K subs to 700K. More closer to 1 mil. I'm feeling good, but dude, I could hit it if I just started being more consistent on YouTube Shorts. But for some reason, it's just hard for me to get that YouTube Short going, man. I don't know. I got to think about it. I got to, but yeah, almost to 700K, guys. So if you're not subscribed right now, please hit that subscribe button. Do you think the X-Men could live in My Hero Academia, the My Hero Academia world? Yeah. There's some very powerful My Hero people, but the X-Men have some also super powered OP people. Red Lego guy says, if one of these 3 movies released today, which do you think would get a similar insane audience reaction from as the Minecraft movie? The first SpongeBob movie, the Lego movie, or the Bee movie? Like in terms of like as a meme movie that for some reason people just went out and crazy for, probably the SpongeBob movie. If it was the first ever SpongeBob movie, we probably would have like a crazy amount of people because so many of us would have grown up with SpongeBob and they would have been a big deal. But now that we've had like 4 SpongeBob movies in theaters, and SpongeBob is still running to this day and is like even made for newer generations. I don't know. It doesn't feel like we're missing SpongeBob with also the way they've had like 10 different spin-off shows. And there's also spin-off movies. There's a Sandy Cheeks movie. There's a Plankton movie. I don't hear anybody talk about those. Those would have been big deals back in the day. Now it's just kind of like, they here. Mother Wolf says, do you think Doomsday will have a sad scene in it? Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of sad stuff. I think probably whatever the origin of Doom will probably be a little sad. It'll probably be a little sad. B movie is great, though. I'm not ignoring the people who say B movie in the chat. I like B movie. You like jazz? Terror on Elm Street says, saw that Damien Leone follows you on Instagram. He should give you a brutal cameo in Terrifier 3. I'm afraid to ask for that. I am going to see him in Texas Frightmares. He's gonna be here. I've bought my tickets. I'm gonna be there, and he'll be there, and I'll probably go up to his booth to talk to him. Maybe that'll be if I end up doing a vlog. Still no promises on the vlogs. Sometimes I just want to enjoy the con, and I have to think about making content. But if I decide to, I'll ask him on camera, and I'll be like, all right, everybody watching, they begging me for this. Give me a cameo in Terrifier 3. He's going to laugh in my face. Maybe if it was like Terrifier 2, I could have done it. But Terrifier 3 is so mainstream now. He probably has actual celebrities calling up like Pete Davidson or somebody being like, yo, can I cameo? Leighton Davenport says, I heard from sources Ned is making a cameo in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I did see some people reporting that and spreading that around. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like Zendaya and Ned, the MJ character and Ned, they'll probably just have like a small role, a scene or two, just to let us know they're still around. And then they'll probably become a larger focus again in the next movies. Chris, I've heard that in Doomsday, Victor Von Doom takes advantage of his resemblance to Tony to protect himself as an ally to the MCU. Yeah, I'm still curious how that's going to play in, or how much Doom is how much of a storyline is that going to be? Is it going to be something where we actually give it a plot point to why Doom looks like Robert Downey Jr., or is it going to be a situation where, how do I say it? He just looks like Robert Downey Jr. and nobody addresses it. You know what I mean? It could happen. Oh, I skipped one. Yabeastchi says, thoughts on Scream 7. Also, do you like hockey? I always see hockey on your Twitter home. Also, you're a goofball. My girlfriend told me to tell you. Oh, well, thank you. No, I don't know why it's on my Twitter home. It could just be random. And usually the Twitter I use for these streams isn't my personal Twitter. It's my backup account, and it's just a safe one. So nothing weird ever pops out. Twitter's a crazy place nowadays, man. So I have it all restricted and whatnot. But no, just not much of a sports guy. If I were to watch anything, it's a boxing and the occasional basketball game. and the Super Bowl, mainly for the trailers. But anyways, thoughts on Scream 7? Like I said, I am actually very curious what Kevin Williamson is going to do. I do hate all the drama surrounding it, but I still love Scream. I still love Ghostface, so I want the movie to be good. I don't want it to fail. I do just hate how much it's divided the fans, but hey, I hope it's a cool movie. I just hope that the twist and the reason the killer is out there is actually interesting this time around, because that's kind of what's let me down the last couple of Scream movies. Although I did like the motive of Scream 5. Tony Grand says, yo, Chris, hope all is well. Want to recommend the film Friendship. Saw it last night, and it's genuinely the best comedy in a while. I love Tim Robinson's comedy, his awkward sense of humor. I think he's so hilarious. I do want to see that movie. I don't know if it's a film I'm going to like review on the channel, but it is one I'm going to want to see on my personal time. So yeah, I might do that. Thank you, though. I've heard good things. Karate Kick 4D says, correct me, but did the Mario movie sequel title get leaked? Yeah, we just talked about it. That might be. I don't see a lot of people bringing it up, but hey, if that the actual title is Super Mario World, sure, I like it. Oh, Terrifier. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, but I will ask him. Can I be in Terrifier 4? I'll let you cut off my willy. Benji M says Thunderbolts post-credit scene implies Avengers was recently copyrighted. Thought it had been since She-Hulk and people selling knockoff Avengers merch. Oh, that's a good. Does that they bring that up? That's interesting. But yeah, I was over here talking so much about how probably Sam Wilson needs a lawyer, and that's how he's going to come in contact with Daredevil and Charlie Cox. I forgot She-Hulk was also a lawyer, so it's probably going to be She-Hulk, the lawyer that helped him get the copyright. Which I still like She-Hulk as a character. Leighton Davenport says, Chris, did you hear that Chris Evans is in the Fantastic Four for Steps? I did not. Where did you hear this? I have not seen anyone talk about it, unless you're talking about some sort of random Facebook post or these Twitter accounts that never do any sourcing. I think he'll definitely be in Secret Wars or Doomsday, but in Fantastic Four, we'll see. Ben Malsky says, I'm surprised many shows we love you're oblivious on. Well, name some. Like, which ones, homie? And I mean, yeah, dude, I'm just one guy. I have my interests. I have the things I enjoy and I like. I can't be watching everything and anything, man. I try to fill in the gaps of my knowledge. Like, there's some days where I just really want to just jump into animes and watch those nonstop. I want to jump into Korean horror because I think I've seen a lot of those, and I think some of those are really cool movies. And but there's gaps. There's gaps and stuff. Like I said, a bunch of Xbox properties I don't know, and those will become movies like Gears of War. I'm just a regular guy, bro. I can't see everything. Preston 06, stop motion and edits, graduating high school tonight. Oh, nice, buddy. Good job, Preston. Very happy for you, man. That's a good time now. Get ready for the most depressing years of your life where you're like, I have no structure. I have nothing to do. Everyone I knew is gone. But at least you don't got to go to school unless you're going to college, which I do recommend, buddy. Angel Demon says, would you rather see a tree grow or I think I was born yesterday, buddy? Just spent $1.99 to look like an idiot. Can't catch me. Can't catch me slipping. Elliot says, thanks for explaining where Mufasa fits. I had a feeling it was a live action movie, but didn't know if it was the OG movie. Also, Love Triangle wasn't in it. Yeah, that was a weird part of that movie where they just tried fitting in the love triangle last minute. Like, the reason Mufasa and Scar hate each other? A girl. Yeah, true story. Thanks for being the GOAT, Chris. Your videos are great. Oh, thank you, TN. That means goodbye, TN. Ciao, ciao. Matthew Mullen says, what director that hasn't done a superhero film yet would you like to see do a DC movie? For example, David Fincher doing a Deathstroke movie. That would be cool. I was just talking about the Rocka brothers, the Philippe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But honestly, them, because they have shown they have actual creative genius behind the camera. And I don't just bring that up randomly. They had a meeting. Let's see. Rocka. Brothers DC. They had a meeting with DC where they posted it on their social or whatnot. Maybe I could find it. The Philippew. Let's see. Let me see if I go. Philippew Brothers DC. They had a meeting with DC about making a movie, and they were even gonna. Yeah, here it is. They were like at DC Studios, and they talked to James Gunn, but whatever they were thinking about making it didn't go through. After seeing the two movies they made, I'd like to see them do something in that outside of the horror, see what else they could do there. But as far as other directors, I mean, who wouldn't want to see a Steven Spielberg superhero movie? I feel like he hasn't really done one, right? Unless I'm missing an obvious one off the top of my head, but he's done so many genres. I'd like to see his interpretation of a superhero film. James Cameron as well, right? James Cameron, he was going to do Spider-Man at one point. That didn't happen. If we're talking about anybody more recent, I would like to see Jordan Peele do something out of the horror. I'm still excited every horror movie he makes, but I was like, I'd like to see you do something there. You know what? Yeah, Martin Scorsese, because all his talk about how superhero movies are like, theme park or lazy or whatever. Let me see how you would do one, man. Tell me how they should be done. I'd like to see that. Still respect Martin though. His episode in the studio was hilarious. Hey, Chris, it's my birthday today, and you the GOAT YouTuber. Well, thank you, Johnny Corey, and happy birthday, my friend. I hope you get many birthday wishes and birthday cake and birthday love, because you deserve it, Johnny. Thank you for the love, buddy. Mario Thompson says, any updates on Scream 7? As of right now, no. I believe they finished filming. The movie has been wrapped up, so it's just silent. I think we're not going to see any marketing begin until maybe October, the fall. We'll get a poster, we'll get some teases, and hopefully it looks interesting. Elliot says, watch the latest episode of You, and it's annoyed me. Yeah, You is not... I still haven't finished it. I think we're like 3 or 4 episodes in, and we just kind of started watching other stuff. But that show, the first 3 seasons of You, I really like, and then it went downhill. Top 5 classic Disney movies. Ooh, well, see, I'm a boy, so I'm biased a little bit. I think if you ask a girl this question, they probably bust out, like your Cinderella, your Snow White, your Beauty and the Beast, right? So for me, the classic Disney movies, Tarzan, Hercules, faux show, Pinocchio, Aladdin. If I'm going to throw one in there, it'd be Beauty and the Beast, because there was a beast, baby, and that's what I am. Yeah. Holden says, are there any updates on Stranger Things season 5? Not that I've seen. I'm sure there are some people that are digging onto every Stranger Things update there is. But as of right now, I have not seen any of those updates. I'm sure we'll get something soon, though. Elliot says, you think there'll be cameos in Superman prison scene from trailer? Do you think they'll set up other superheroes like The Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman? I don't think anybody major. I think if there will be cameos, it'll be smaller characters that might pose, like a Martian Manhunter. I could see maybe a Martian Manhunter mention or talk about there, but someone as huge as The Flash, Wonder Woman, and Batman, I don't know. I think that stands on the pedestal of Superman, and I think any cameo you introduce has to be someone lower than Superman, and all those characters are kind of up there with Superman, So we'll see. Maybe like a Wayne Tech or Central City mention. Something that's like an offshoot mention of that character, or Themyscira, right? Tony Grand says, went to the Hurry Up Tomorrow fan event in Dallas too, laughed at the opening where Abel was singing out, and it just left with this. Yeah, dude, that was crazy. I thought that was the beginning of the movie. I was like, okay, he's going to sing us a song as the opening. Cool. And then the album cover in letters, buy now. I just watched the commercial. Elliot says, would you rather live in Monsterverse or Metropolis? That's difficult. Okay, because look, Monsterverse, that's the whole world, right? Metropolis is one city. Now, you're guaranteed to have some sort of destruction eventually happen in Metropolis because Superman lived there, right? Superman is there protecting. We got kaijus, we got floods, we got alien invasions. Monsterverse, you could be in Kentucky and maybe there's just never been any monsters that show up in Kentucky. But, you live in a major city, you got a bigger chance of Kong and some other dude coming in there and just destroying a building with their butt cheeks. I'm gonna say the Monsterverse. Although it would be cool to just live in Metropolis. Can you imagine being saved by Superman? How fun that would be. Superman! Oh, your arms are so strong, Superman. Everyone in Metropolis has an accent. Angel Damon says, who's okay? Well, there you go, buddy. That's just earned yourself an no. I don't like people like that, buddy. Let's just get you out of here. Thank you for the super chatty chat, though. Ricky G says DC animated movie universe, Superman, Bat Family, Wonder Woman versus MCU Avengers. Who wins? I think DC wins. Have a good weekend. In my mind, it was always like that. To me, DC wins over MCU if it came to, you know, just the core characters of the DC and the core characters of the MCU, right? If we're talking core MCU, it'd be people like Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, and I know they have a Black Widow, but I'm gonna throw them a Captain Marvel just because they need more strength. I think if you put in Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, those three alone probably would do the damage. And it's just funny how badly DC messed up, man. You had a built-in audience of people who grew up on Batman animated series, Superman animated series, Justice League animated series, the Teen Titans. It's like we were right there. We were right there. And Marvel came out of nowhere and they were like, Captain America. And we were like, Captain who? Boy, give me Spider-Man. Oh, Captain America's cool. I Love Movie says, did you see or heard of the videos where Dora the Explorer explains the word Sigma? I did see this. It's so random. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, the official Nickelodeon page and Dora page put out a little, I don't know, just, I don't think it's something that showed up on the cartoon because I think Dora is still running as of today. But it was just a video they made for the internet where it's like, hola, can you say Sigma? And then it explained the meaning of Sigma, what it is, and, you know, in typical Dora terms. And it was up there for like a good 24 hours, and then they eventually deleted it. They were like, so weird. I don't know why they thought. There were so many other slang words I feel they could have chosen, but Sigma. Can you imagine Dora explaining other things? Hola, can you say goon? Crazy. TVC Custom says Friday 13th, Part 7, New Blood is the coolest Jason in my opinion. That's the one I'm wearing, right? That's this one, right? New Blood. I actually like this Jason. I know people hated this movie or didn't like it. I kind of dug what they were going for as a one-off thing. But I can see why people hated it at the time. Karate Kick 4D says, I would defend Jason redesign like I did the Shrek, but it does look off. I don't hate it, but he does seem a bit off. Yeah, to me, it is kind of the same thing as the Shrek, where it's like, yes, I agree. It looks off. It's not a design I love, but this isn't a Sonic redesign situation. This is in a situation where Jason looks so unrecognizable, so awful that it's like, what did you do to the character? It's just little tweaks here and there that don't add up to a fabulous design, but it's one I could probably get used to. I Love Movie says DreamWorks is making Coco Melon movie. What? Coco Melon. I don't know much about Coco Melon, but I mean, I figure it's probably a big brand amongst kids. I'm waiting for the Miss Rachel movie. Reed Jackson says Final Destination reviews are cooked, fam. Oh yeah, they're done. So Reed worked really hard on them trying to get around the copyright system because YouTube was like, you're not putting out this video. I think he's finally got it figured out. So after the stream, posting those reviews. Hoping Evil Dead Burn isn't set in North America. Why? What's wrong with that? I'd like to see an Evil Dead movie in Canada. Hey, it's the Necronomicon. Pass the maple syrup. I Love Movie says TMNT Mutant Mayhem 2 got delayed. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. How do you feel about DreamWorks making a Coco Melon movie? I don't have an opinion on it. I've never watched Coco Melon. I don't know who Coco is. But if it's melon tasty, pass it on over. Tyler Aid says, sent you my finished Spider-Man tattoo on Twitter and asked you a question about my letterbox. Oh, let me see if I can find. No, no, no. Sorry, the only thing I found was someone finally found the Goon clip on on the Darth Vader voice. Here you go. Enjoy, fam.
Edging and gooning. Edging and gooning.
It's not funny. AI bad. James Earl Jones would never say edging or gooning. How could they do this to my goat? How could they do this to my goat? All right. Move on. Hey, Chris, you ever watch The Sopranos? Great show. I actually haven't. That's just one I missed because I was too young or whatever. But it is one of those shows I'm going to go back and watch because so many people reference it. So many people talk about it, even though I know the finale and how it's going to end because so many people have talked about that. I still want to enjoy the journey and check out those episodes. So, yeah, I'm eventually going to go and watch The Sopranos. But I'm saving it for when I have nothing to watch. You know, those emergency times where it's like, got to watch something. Hey, yo, Tony. Adventures with Parker and Dad said, when will you be releasing your reviews of the previous Final Destination movies? When this live stream is over. When this live stream is over, I'm uploading them. And I think maybe like 30 minutes after or an hour after the live stream is up, it'll be up. So once this live stream's over, they're going up. Tony Movie Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp fan says, were you a fan of Harry Knowles as a film critic? Harry Knowles. Who's Harry Knowles? I'm sorry. Don't. Maybe I'll see if pop up. Oh, unfortunately, no. I don't know who this person is. Were they influential in the movie review era? Swan Song. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. It seemed like an impactful person. A lot of people knew him. A lot of stuff. Unfortunately, no. I don't know who the guy is, though. Sorry. The Muffin Boy says Batman 2 news. Yeah, they just said that Matt Reeves is turning in paid scripts and they're hoping to get a finished draft by the end of this month. Hope it happens. Michael Thompson says, because of the large variety of jobs you had before your YouTube career, any 3C lore on job interviews? I'll be honest, Papa always nailed the job interview. Papa never stressed, never worried. I was lucky that way. I mean, you just see how smooth and suave I am here. I've rizzed you up enough to watch this channel. Okay, 1,600 of you ain't here for nothing. No, job interviews always went good for me. I think sometimes job interviews are common. It's common knowledge stuff. It's like, how do you see yourself advancing in this? I could always BS my way through it, and they'd buy the BS. They'd go, that's some good BS. I like that BS. That's good stuff. So there's rarely ever jobs I didn't get because anytime I did an interview, I was generally liked and people liked me. I do remember the one time people saying, Cap, I swear, Z's. I will tell you the one time I interviewed for something and I didn't get it. It was a job at a gym. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it because I just wasn't the most fit person. But I remember this is the only time I did not have a good answer prepared. I was doing an interview for this job at a gym. It was like a Planet Fitness type of thing. I needed the job. I was sitting there being interviewed. Everything's going good. It's a lady interviewing me, all nice. And she goes, do you have any weaknesses? And your boy, he does not. Sydney Sweeney didn't exist to me yet, so I didn't have any weaknesses. All right, so I couldn't say anything, and I did take a long time to answer, which is never good because you want to answer pretty fast in a job interview. So I'm sitting there, and I do the thing where I look around. I do the freaking Usual Suspects Kevin Spacey thing of like, something in here, give me a sign to say something. Yeah, pencil ruler cup is my weakness. But instead, I look off to the side and I see people working out in gym shorts. So I say, I don't look good in gym shorts. And she laughed. She chuckled awkwardly, not in a cute way, but that's the weakness I gave. She asked me, what are your weaknesses? And I went, I don't look good in gym shorts. Didn't get that job. Didn't get the call back. And that's one of those things where you're laying in bed, and that was like, it had to have been like 9, 8 years ago. But I think about it and I cringe in bed. I'll just lay there sleeping. And I think about, I don't look good in gym shorts. Oh, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Oh, so yeah, that there you go, man. I hope that's some interesting 3C lore for you. Didn't get the gym job because she didn't think my answer was cute. She's just like, this guy, he's gonna try to make me laugh the whole shift. I don't want to hire him. Yeah. Michael Tundon says, any updates on Scream 8? Bro, we haven't even gotten Scream 7 yet, but all we heard is supposedly they're moving forward with the movie. I think it's just all trying to build up hype and buzz where it's like, dude, that's how confident we are in Scream 7, so you better watch it because Scream 8's coming. We'll see after Scream 7 if I'd be excited for it. Journal P says, what's up with the Mortal Kombat trailer? I don't think there's something to worry about. I was literally thinking about this the other day. I was like, we still haven't gotten the Mortal Kombat trailer, but movie doesn't come out till October. It's an R-rated movie. It's not going to have like Superman level marketing or this big Marvel movie marketing. I know it's a big property to some people, and there's huge fans of Mortal Kombat, but it's an R-rated movie. It's a slightly lower budget than most blockbusters. So we might not get any real trailers to like past the midway point of the summer movie season. Maybe even when the Superman movie comes out, that's when the first trailer will come out. I probably wouldn't be surprised. Let's see here. Mikey Hernandez says, do you think we'll finally get a real villain with Lex Luthor? Like no crazy motivations, but just because he's a bad person. Yeah, and you know, sometimes that isn't that bad. I know some people will get mad because he's just a one-dimensional character. He's just evil for the sake of being evil. There's a good way to do those characters and still give them motivations. I do want to know what his like reason is for hating Superman, but still being okay with other superheroes. You know what I mean? Like, because this is a world filled with heroes, so many of them. Why does he target Superman? Why is Superman the one that just disgusts him the most? You know, but yeah, dude, Nicholas Hoult is going crazy here. I want to do my best Nicholas Hoult at the camera face. So let's I want to do this right. So let's pull up a photo of what Nicholas Hoult looks like in the moment I'm trying to replicate here. Sorry, I pushed the mic away. You wouldn't even be okay. Here we have it, right? Insane levels of hating. I want to try and get my own version, and then this will just haunt me on the Reddit. So on the mic, it's on the mic. Okay. So already I can see the comments. People already when he looks like he's taking the shit, but someone just said this is gonna be so cringe. Oh man, come on, buddy. It's not gonna be cringe. I could have been Lex Luthor. I could have gotten the job. I could have gotten this. I wish I was as great of an actor as The Weeknd in Hurry Up Tomorrow, where I could make tears form at my eyes. All right, let's get a good look. He's angry. Okay, and I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in on the camera and all. Don't laugh. Get angry. In about 5-10 minutes, we'll have that flooding the Reddit, and I think we'll all enjoy that. I hate I regret this so much. So I said, boo, really let me go. Can you imagine if you just joined the live stream and that's what you saw? Oh, okay. Dude, Nicholas Hoult, that's insane. I can't do it. Oh man. We'll see how that looks in a second. All right, let's continue on with these super chats. Would you rather be killed by Art the Clown or the Smile Demon? Ooh. See, this is good because Art the Clown, it's going to be the most physical, insane amount of pain you will deal with. No, whatever you're afraid he's going to do, Art the Clown will physically do that to you. Smile Demon is going to psychologically torture you and play with you for days, probably a week, and then could kill you in a pretty painful way or in a quick manner. Either way, you're still being tortured on a different level. I think I'm going the Smile Demon. Because you know what? He's not expecting this. He smile at me. He better be ready for it. He better be ready to get it. That scene in Scary Movie 2 with Uncle Ray Ray and the clown. Smile Demon better be ready. Art the Clown, I can't say that. Art the Clown gonna do that to me. Yeah, so I go Smile Demon. I don't know. I don't know how you how to do the Art the Clown. That's too much, man. That's too much. What mic do you use, sir? I use the Shure. Nicholas Holt just on the side of my screen yelling at me. Shure MV7 Plus. I think it works really great. It sounds good. I know it is a little bit pricey, but if you are starting any sort of content making, I recommend you spend more money on the sound of whatever you get and then the camera quality, because people will prefer better sound over bad video quality. Trust me. No one wants to hear bad sound and all that, even if your video's in 4K, you know? So that's my stuff right there. C100 Gaming. Hi, Chris. A big fan. I'm starting a YouTube channel. Do you have any tips for cameras or mics? Oh, see. Also, you excited for GTA 6? So if what you are a hype for. I mean, I'll just tell you what I use, and it's what I've been using for the longest. So Shure mics, like I said, this one's the most recent mic that I just love. I think it works really well. There's no filtering or messing with it. Like, this is just what it sounds like out of the package, and I like the sound of it. To me, it's good enough for that. And the camera I've been using since the days at the apartment is the Sony A6-400. Now, it does run into an overheating issue after a while, but I just bought like an Amazon little clip-on fan, and I just have it blowing air on it right now. But this is what I do, and I think since you can find it, you know, that is pretty expensive. I understand, $869, but for most cameras or what other cameras cost, that's actually not a bad price. Again, though, starting at the bare minimum, I would just have you invest in a mic. So I would get something simple like a DJI mic. Like these are wireless that you can clip on, and you would just use your phone as your camera, because most of us have an iPhone or a Samsung or an Android phone with a decent camera. Just use your phone in the meantime and invest in the sound over an expensive camera. And if something comes of it and you're building a fan base, things are going good, then invest that money into upgrading your equipment. But for just starting out, I would tell you to just get like one of these mics, $100, and it connects to your iPhone and all that, and then you can just do it. This is the one I use to vlog. This is the mic I use to vlog whenever I do vlogs. All right. Some people are telling me now to look on the Reddit because it looks like what I feared is there now. Let's take a look at what Chris Parker would look like as frickin' Nicholas Holt. So let's bring up the original. Let's bring up the original now. Let's give him his props, his dues. Yes. Okay, so here we go. Nicholas Holt, Oscar-worthy actor, in my opinion, professional hater, doing it good. YouTuber with 0 acting lessons. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what we got here. I'm not excited for this. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, well, we still got that dang baby coming up. What the heck? Oh, I don't like it. It's not as good as Nicholas Holt. That definitely looks like back shots, unfortunately. Oh my god, that looks like I'm in a 90s rap music video, and it's the fisheye effect where it's like, don't fight for your right to party. Dude, my forehead takes up so much room in the shot. I hate it. This is not it. This is not it. Oh, Nicholas Holt. You think that's easy? You think it's easy to do what he does, man? That's Tung Sung Saur. Do with the cry. I guess I'm too leaned in. I have to be more straightforward. Have to be more straightforward. But the visceral amount is there. This is giving colonoscopy at the doctor with an exaggerated patient. Doctor. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I tried. All right. Thank you guys for having that with me for a bit. All right. Let's move on. Hey 3C, I was wondering if you were attending Texas Frightmare this year. I hope to see you. Yes, I will be there on Saturday, and I have photo ops with Melissa Barrera, Kane Hodder, and Art the Clown. Felix the Phantom says thoughts on the hate on Superman on X. So yeah, it's so annoying. It just there's no point. Like I get genuine criticism. Like there are people who still talk about they don't like the cinematography of it. Okay, I like the cinematography of it. Some people were like having debates about how Superman did seem too angry in that one scene with Lois and things like having a conversation about some things that like concern you or worry you, sure. But the people like I've seen people who just like, oh, he copied Zack Snyder. It's just exactly Batman versus Superman script all over again. It's exhausting, and I'm just glad it's only the little internal small bubble online, and most people in the world are just like, this looks like a cool Superman movie. Maybe Sadie is Screwball. Maybe Screwball could be it. Creepy pasta guy, Chris, it's Wolverine video guy. Give me some news. Thank you, Wolverine video guy. I appreciate you always letting me know. I gave you the news. I gave you the news. Did you see that Mark Wahlberg and the cast from Ted films are coming back for the Ted animated series? I guess that's cool, but why not Ted 3? Apparently because it's too expensive, which I think it's crazy. How is it more expensive? That because like they like the first season of Ted, but they said season 2 of Ted, which they are making, and I don't even know now if they're gonna like do a season 3 of it. But they said that season 2 was gonna be an animated show because it was just too costly to do Ted. I guess the effects of Ted is expensive. Like I don't know how, but that's why they're gonna do an animated version. They're hoping that'll take off so they don't have to do the TV show. But you're right. Also, Ted 3 the movie. I would like to see Ted 3 the movie. I don't know why that's not happening, but as far as like the Ted TV show, it's like, yeah, it's also weird that how is that not good enough? Almost at 700K. Thank you so much, The Archive. Thank you. Hopefully we hit it. Jim Henson died on this very day 35 years ago. Oh, geez. I'm Kermit. I'm Kermit the Frog. I miss you, Jason. With Miss Piggy. That hey, impressions continue on. That was about 70-80% accuracy, Kermit. I wish I could do a Kermit impression where I don't say I'm Kermit the Frog, because that's the only way I can do it. I'm Kermit the Frog here. Yeah. It's the only way. Magic Impulse says Italy is where Norman and Harry are from in the MCU, and they moved to New York. Oh. I like that idea. Maybe that there is some there's some Spider-Man storylines where Norman is in the UK and stuff like that. So maybe. Wasabi, hey, sorry for 2 super chats, but I was wondering if you would be willing to do a spoiler review live stream of Bloodlines. I just don't think I'd have time, unfortunately, since I'm going to the cabins with my family this weekend. I was thinking about doing a spoiler review, but there's really not that much spoilery things that happen in that movie other than just talking about how crazy the deaths are. I thought there'd be more lore or like a twist or maybe more rules, but movie didn't really have that. It was pretty straightforward. Bob had it good. Imagine the city being saved because you have an absolute baddie Yelena hugging you saying everything gonna be okay. Bob got superpowers and Yelena. He lucky. He lucky. Thank you. Okay, Squid. Adventures with Parker and Dad said, any news on the next Chucky movie? No, still nothing, man. Don Mancini has been like hinting about stuff with like Tiffany, and he like sometimes get together with like the old cast members of the TV show, but no updates, man. I hope it's a big theatrical movie and it's not something that's just gonna get dumped on Peacock. Mr. Ajax11 says, Chris, I gotta hurt you. Never stream this early again. I just got home from school and missed half of it. I'm sorry, buddy. Like I said, I got other things I had to do, and so I had to stream earlier today. But yes, most streams will happen late on Fridays. Neurogon Music says, are you aware of Together movie law? Yeah, that is crazy. I hope it's not true, because I have seen the movie Together. I think it's really great and people are going to enjoy it. And if it is stolen, that sucks. But I also didn't read enough into it to be like if it's just somebody trying to make a quick buck and claim, because Hollywood's the type of place where a lot of ideas have already kind of been created, and so many are so similar to one another. There's so many arguments people can be made about, hey, you stole my idea. I sent it to you in an email 40 years ago, so you saved it until this very moment to make the movie, man. Diddy. El Raji Blanco says, did you see the RD Day picture with muscles in the comic? I did. People were mainly pointing out how he had like dots on his face. So they were wondering if he was going to be de-aged, if he was going to have a CGI mask, if it was going to be nanotech. Crazy. I just want the storyline of Doom to make sense in the movie. That's what I want. Carter the Movie Boy says, what's the best and worst screening you've been to? Best is Infinity War, No Way Home. Worst is like I said, Thunderbolts recently, where I had a person behind me that was a daughter that was translating the movie from English to Spanish the whole movie, so I could just hear them whispering and talking, and they wouldn't shut up. It's like, that's sweet that you want to do that for your papa, but it's very distracting to hear. Ballfado2 says there is a book coming out that will be about the making of the FNAF movies. Apparently, the little info about it confirms Skeet Ulrich is in FNAF 2. Oh, well, that's good to know. That'd be cool. I'd like to see any concept art or deleted things or lore ideas they were tossing around. That sounds like an interesting book. Halls Entertainment says Rob Zombie's doing Nightmare on Elm Street 2. No. If that was true, buddy, I would be all over it. You'd have a video. You'd see me jumping up and down. I'd probably do a backflip. Not because of Rob Zombie, but just because we're finally getting another Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But no, that's not true. That's not true. That sounds like something that someone posted on Facebook and it just spread like wildfire. Emerald Zach 910 says, Chrissy Poo, have you ever watched One Punch Man? I have. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a little overhyped for me, the anime, I will say that, but I liked it. Logan says, most surprising and disappointing movies ever. Oh, ever. Most surprising? Probably like Puss in Boots 2. I did not think Puss in Boots 2 would be so good I'd compare it to Shrek 2. But that was very surprising. Most disappointing, Batman vs Superman. I know we have this newfound love for the movie and we act like it's amazing and all that, but the movie did a lot of damage that we're still suffering with as DC fans today. Just saying. Joey Carell says, did you watch New Bambi, the echoing trailer? No, I have not. I will be watching the movie though. I think it's coming to theaters, so I will be talking about it. Yeah. Nate Newman says, Tapatio or Louisiana hot sauce? Neither, buddy. Because I'm choosing what every Mexican has in their pantry. Jesus, man. I still can't get over that. Valentina. Is that even what it's called, though? Sauce. There we go. Valentina. This is what every Hispanic had in their cupboard. This is what they put on hot Cheetos, on chicharrones, on anything. So that's what I grew up with. That's my hot sauce. So if I ever do crave hot sauce on anything, that's what I put on it. Some people say Cholula though. Yo, Bishay says, thoughts on Scream 7. Are you excited for Sonic 3? Oh, yeah, well, I gave you my thoughts on Scream 7 earlier. I am excited for it. I hope it turns out well. I just want them to have a killer with a good motive and some cool scenes. Am I excited for Sonic 3? Yes, because I saw it and it was great. So I'm excited for Sonic 4, buddy. Chan the man says, I was in the mines looking for diamonds, and I think I found one. So what do you say you and I craft ourselves a relationship? Hot diggity dog. I'm yours now, Chan the man. You just won me over. Hey. So you hate Siren Head. Who knows what you think of Cartoon Cat? I don't like Siren Head also. Who's Cartoon Cat? Who the heck is... I just searched Cartoon Cat, like something normal's gonna pop up. Oh, that thing. Yeah, that's pretty scary. It's crazy how just like things can appear out of nowhere and they just become a thing. Let's see. Daniel Brand says chances of Doomsday mirroring Infinity War with Spider-Man. Big battle at New York at the beginning of the film, and instead of going to space or elsewhere, he stays in New York, and that's where Brand New Day picks up. That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that. I think that'd be pretty cool. The Muffin Boy says, "Did you heard about the Jessica Jones rumor? By the way, you missed my first super chat." Well, Muffin Boy, which was the first one? I'll look back for it right now, my Muffin Boy. Sorry about that. Let me try to find my spot. Yeah, I liked season 1 of Jessica Jones. I thought it was pretty good, especially with the Purple Man in there. But I just wasn't crazy about the other seasons, and I just don't. I'm fine with her showing up in Daredevil season 2. I'm just not like crazy in love with the character and whatnot. But hey, I'm happy she's coming back, and for people who wanted her back, that's good. I'm looking for a Muffin Boy. I don't see nothing, my friend. I don't see nothing. I just saw Batman 2 news was the other super chat you sent, and we did talk about that. Sorry, Muffin Boy. Go make me some muffins, though. Darker Ninja says, hi. I love your work. Keep it up. Well, hi, and thank you. I appreciate it. That's an interesting profile picture. MIB's Gaming SM. Well, thank you. Harley Queer says, did you see the toy potentially spoiling that Lex gets his kryptonite power suit in the scene with Metamorpho in Lex Corp? I did see that. There was a toy, but I kind of figured Lex would eventually have his own mech suit, whether in this movie or something in the future. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how much stuff is going down in that movie. I really hope it all comes together nicely. I really hope so, man. Payne Rorick says, if you could cameo death in one slasher film, would it be Halloween, Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday 13, Child's Play? So in any of these, probably Terrifier, because he would make my kill very gruesome, very crazy, exaggerated, and memorable. A lot of these slashers could just stab me, get rid of me once. But all of them have something. A nightmare scene with Freddy Krueger would be awesome, though. Just to see Freddy in my nightmares and what my nightmare world would be. Just be a ton of giant popcorn buckets. And he's like, do it. Add the butter, no popcorn. No, Freddy, I don't want to. Do it. Procrastinator says, me follow the adventures of the world's most lovable sponge and his trusty side star. On this channel, you'll find the SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, that was good. Darker Ninja says, are you excited? Oh, yes, very excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse. I think they're going to nail that. And it's going to be one of the better trilogies that we've gotten in movie history. I cannot wait for it. And I'm even more glad that they're saying, like, they're going to end it after that. Like, they're not going to try to stretch it out or do all this big, long stuff. Like, it'll be ended. Rob Zombie doing Nightmare on Elm Street series? Nobody. Just talked about that. Not happening. MIB's Gaming says, hey, 3C, upcoming gamer channel would love a shout out. Okay. Well, shout out to MIB's Gaming SB. Make some good stuff, buddy. Ball Fades 2 says HBO Max has James Gunn's Superman movie listed. If you click the details, yes, I did see that. That Millie Alcock is listed in there. It would just be the smart move. I'm thinking post-credit scene or some sort of ending scene. It'd just be the smart move to segue audiences into watching Supergirl, because probably a lot of people will see Superman. I don't know how many people will go see Supergirl, but if she shows up in Superman for a bit, maybe people will. Alex Nicola says, I think Victor will kill Tony in Doomsday, and the monks in Tibet will curse him after finding out to look like the man he killed. Not a bad theory, buddy. Not a bad theory. Plus, Cole Ultra says, in your opinion, what have been the best movies so far this year? I have to say Thunderbolts. Best movie so far this year? Oh, Sinners. Sinners by a mile. Sinners is just like on this giant pedestal. Then probably I'd put Bring Her Back, the movie I just saw from the Rocka Brothers. Bring Her Back is definitely up there. Thunderbolts, yeah, I'd like Thunderbolts, Companion. Trying to think of like what other really good movies I saw. I like Final Destination Bloodlines. But yeah, top movies right now for me, like Bring Her Back and Sinners. Bring Her Back and Sinners. I Love Movie says, on a scale 1 through 10, how scary was Bring Her Back? Honestly, like an 8 to a 9, and that's saying a lot. Which again, I just don't want to give too much of my thoughts because I want to talk about it in my review. But I'm someone who, because I watch so many horror movies, I understand the movie making process. There's barely ever any horror movies that actually get to me or creep me out. These guys know how to sicken me and creep me out, and so that's why I really, really like what they do. Any updates on Max moving a movie with Channing Tatum? There's a Max movie with Channing Tatum, unless you're talking about that one where he's like in a Toys R Us and a McDonald's and all that. I want to see that, but I don't know about no Max movie on Channing Tatum. Sorry. Salem's in a sense. Ski Ulrich in FNAF is confirmed from an art book. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it was other people were just mentioning it. I hope there's a lot of story time thrown in there, and there's maybe a good scene with him as Henry. Well, I'm assuming Henry Emily, right? That's what he was confirmed as, Henry Emily, and William Afton, just to see the Scream Bros back. I gotta look up that book art though. Original Player says, favorite Marvel character of all time, Spider-Man. Spider-Man. If not, Frank. Nice. I was about to say Frank Grillo. Frank Castle, the Punisher. I like Daredevil a lot. But Spider-Man is number one, dude. But I like the Punisher a lot. He's definitely up there. Try to think of like any other Marvel characters. Those are the ones, man. You the man, Chris. No, you the man. I love movies. Thank you so much for the love. And Nathan Sherlock says, me and my girlfriend are huge fans. We literally watch all your videos. It'd mean a lot if you had a chance to give advice on my letterbox follow. Would make my day. Well, Nate Sherlock, one thing is I would say be consistent. I think it's fun if you're someone not making as much movie content like I have to do, where being on Letterboxd is just a great way to just keep track of the movies you watch and then rate all this stuff. But as someone who I have to post a review on YouTube, then TikTok, then maybe a reel, and then write a Twitter paragraph about it and all this stuff, it gets to a point where I'm just not that consistent on Letterboxd, even though I probably should, because it's a really great site. I wish it would have a conversation feature so that we could talk. I'm looking you up though, buddy. Nothing's pulling up. Nate Sherlock, unless it's people. Oh, there we go. I think I got you. But no, I mean, just as soon as you can, the earliest you can, put a review for a movie that comes out. I've seen the way to get followers and things like that. Be funny. Sometimes those joke reviews do good. I'm not very good at those. Saw Final Destination Bloodlines last night. Hope you had fun. It was a very fun movie. The Archive says, some of my hopes for the Mutant Saga is they do an X-Force film and Colossus be one of the supporting characters on the main X-Men team. I think they would, especially if they put like Kitty Pryde in there and they kind of build up that relationship that they had in the comics. We'll see though. Original Player says, Spider-Man or Superman for G-Code? Or you mean for the GOAT? For GOAT? Spider-Man. I'm just Spider-Man, dude. Spider-Man is just the king. Superman could get up there, though. I hope Superman gets newfound love after this movie. Procrastor says, did you see Donkey at Universal telling a family he looks homeless? Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty funny. That was one of those reaction videos that came out whenever they showed the Shrek design. Poor donkey. I wonder if that employee got in trouble. He's like, hey, buddy, don't badmouth the company if you want to keep your job. But I'm donkey. DJ Clever says Murder Drones is now available on Prime Video. Well, I appreciate that. I will definitely be checking that out. Pro Crafton's Store says, is there a reason you have avoided talking about glurt? What's a glurt? Oh no, is that like a Ligma thing? Did I just walk into a Ligma thing? Glurt. Oh, what the heck? What is this? Who is Glurt? I've never heard of him. He's just like a little green dude. I've never heard of Glurt, but I hate him now. I hate him. I hope he die. Andrew Amaya says, hey, Chris, have you seen Andor? And if not, does it interest you a little scene? Yes, I will say that. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I liked Rogue One, but something about a prequel Rogue One series didn't get me like hyped up, jumping up and down. But seeing everybody talking up and down about how great it is, it's the best Star Wars, like it's actually like God tier Star Wars content. I'm like, well, dude, man, I guess I got to give it a chance then if people talking it up that much. So there might be a point in time, but the last Star Wars thing I saw was Skeleton Crew, and I thought that was a very pleasant, enjoyable show. And I hate that not a lot of people saw that because I would have definitely seen a season 2 of that. Mario says, 3C, it's my birthday. Can I get a happy birthday for my goal? I'll catch the rest of the stream on VOD. Yeah, no problem. Happy birthday, Mario. You're the best, Mario. Happy birthday. Enjoy it, man. Tyler Ed says, sent it again. You should see it. Oh, okay. Let's see if it'll pop up on. It's probably because you gotta don't send it another super chat. I'll check back in like a minute, but it has to be the backup account, not the actual one. Just because this is the safer one to use, my friend. It's just 3C film. But here, man, I'll just pull it up on my phone, and that way we can get a gander at your tattoo, as long as it's not on your crotchety crotch, which I will admire, but I'm not going to show on screen. Oh, that is fire. That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool, guys. If I had the cojones for handling the pain of a tattoo like that, would definitely do it. Would definitely do it. That looks great. That looks really good. Nice work, my friend. Ibram says, 3C Films, did you see the new Ironheart official trailer? Yeah, I'll be honest, like I think the moments where she's in the Iron Man suit do look kind of cool, and the story about like, you know, magic versus technology sounds interesting. I just wish I was more excited for it. I wish I cared more, but it just feels like Marvel doesn't really even care about it. They just want to get it over with. Elliot says, thanks, Chris and chat, for standing up for me and meant the world. You and all the chat are the best. Thank you. Well, I hope so, man. This is a community I love and respect, and you guys are awesome and so much fun. That's why I have the confidence to be a silly goof on here and do unspeakable dumb things, but you guys are all so nice. Why wouldn't I? Ray says, flex the watch again nonchalantly. What watch, bud? Oh, man, I gotta fix that light. My light up there just isn't working. I'm pointing at my light, guys. I don't know, but Jesus, man, I gotta do that. Sorry, my head's itchy. Oh, getting pretty tired, man. This streaming. Oh. It's like that scene. I always like that scene in Transformers with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox, where he's like, I got that air freshener, and then I got that air freshener. That was a good one. Oh, we missed one here. Cody Korber says, do you think we're actually going to get the Michael Jackson? No, we're not getting it this year. I doubt it. So far, no trailers with October release date. Yeah, that's a movie they would definitely hype up, do crazy marketing, insane things for. If they haven't started the marketing now, I doubt we'll get it this year. I doubt it. Diddy is in the Muppets. Google. I'm sure every celebrity has been in the Muppets except for me. Me and Elmo got beef. That redheaded fool. When I get my hands on Elmo. Eighth Wonder, the Ape, Hey 3C. Feel free to skip completely, but what's your opinion on the Hollywood satanic agenda and alarming instances of celebs? I think it's just it's a funny thing that people exaggerate. I know there's this idea that Hollywood is like, oh, they make deals with the devil. There's hidden symbolic meaning. It's just all attention grabbing. Like whenever an artist, like who was that one guy who did the where he put his blood in some shoes? I forget what's the name. I don't remember the guy's name. He's like, I'm gonna take my horse on the old town road. I'm gonna ride, whatever that guy. And Doja Cat has done it. It's all just Hollywood stuff. I don't read too much into it or care for it. I definitely think there's definitely some underlying like big people conspiracy that control certain aspects of the media, but to the level where like it's demonic and rituals and they all wear robes and they have sacrifices on little babies. That's where it gets a little too far. But I don't think they're what I always when it comes to these, what would be the point? Okay, so let's say there is one. What's the benefit of it? Why would they do it? Oh, because Hollywood is evil, so they would do evil things. But what do they get out of it? Oh, the devil gives them iPads. Devil hand me an iPad, I might just do it too. That's iPad is an iPad, you know, right? So I always think about it like that. Like they got an agenda. What was the outcome of it? I don't know. I always think about that too when people say like Disney has a gay agenda where they want to make people gay, and I'm like, well, think about that. How does that benefit Disney? Because wouldn't they want to make people not gay? Because not gay people are the ones making families naturally and having tons of kids and all that stuff. If Disney made everyone gay, well, then no one's having families. No one's making kids, making no new consumers for Disney. So how is that a helpful agenda for them? I don't know, but they putting too much rainbow in my Disney movies now. This is stuff like that. Mr. Old Ass Foo says, Final Destination Family movie day. I'm taking 6 of us. Dude, better you might have just put your family in Final Destination. All right. You're gonna go watch it and you're gonna experience it. I hope you get it. That's Final Destination is definitely a movie you have fun with your family. That's how I saw all of them with my dad and in our living rooms, just like, oh, Dad, look at that. That's crazy. The Muffin Boy says, my first one was, what are your thoughts on the Ironheart trailer? Do you think it has hope because Ryan Coogler is producing it? I mean, a little bit. I don't know how much of a heavy hand he had in the story, but it is funny how like Ryan Coogler is like on fire right now with Sinners and how well he's doing. You would think Marvel would take advantage of that and like, oh, he just guy who did Sinners, Ironheart. You're gonna watch it, and they're not. But a little bit of faith. But I don't think he's that directly involved with it. Julio Perales says, will Tom Holland's Spider-Man be in the MCU after Secret Wars since it's a soft reboot? What's Sony's plans for Spider-Man after Tom Holland? Definitely think it's Miles Morales, and that's more Sony's plans than the Marvels. I think, Tom could do the thing where maybe he takes a break for a bit or something, and Miles is out there doing things, or maybe Tom is still out there, but we just focus on Miles. And Tom could maybe just cameo in each movie, Robert Downey Jr. style, like 10 minutes of footage each movie. I wouldn't mind it. Daniel Brown says, are you ever going to cameo? I wish, bro. Now you're going to see Soup's cameo before I do. But he's earned it, man. He's worked so hard into that, so let him have it. If I can squeeze in there somehow, it'd be nice. Cody Carver says, do you think we're actually going to get them? Oh, yeah. We've talked about that. Yeah, no. I don't think we are, buddy. I really want to see that movie, though. But I'm afraid with some of the changes they had to do for legal reasons, I hope it doesn't lessen or cheapen the movie. I was kind of interested to see with how much they were actually going to explore. Any plans on? Oh yes, Epic Universe and yes, for Monsters Universe especially, dude. I want to see that Frankenstein castle and those animatronics. Yeah, I do want to go. Obviously, it's just very packed right now, so I don't know. Maybe in September when it's like died down a bit. I would hope so, but yeah, I definitely want to. The Muffin Boy says, what are your thoughts? David Zaslav highlighted 4 characters that will be the pillars and the assets of DC. I mean, it's some good pillars. I wasn't that surprised with Supergirl. I mean, she's getting a movie already, so it's kind of nice they want to prop her up that much. But I mean, him saying Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, yes, that's the Trinity right there. And James Gunn even mentioned on one of his social medias that he does have Wonder Woman plans. He just can't share right now. I hope it's more than just a TV show. I hope it's some actual movie or thing coming in the works. But yeah, exciting. All right, my friends. Oh, we have here the rumor MJ film split. Yeah, I've heard that. And if that's true, I don't mind it if it's good. If they split it up in 2 and both parts are good, I want it. But if it's like not that good, then just make it one whole movie. Yeah. All right, guys. That is it. Yeah, Papa is going to go. Well, he's going to upload now the Final Destination reviews that Reed has finished for us, thankfully. And so that'll be coming up on the channel. And your daddy's going to be spending a weekend at the cabins. Hopefully, no evil stuff happens. I love you guys' faces. Y'all are fantastic. One last Lex Luthor moment just to really give you a good amount of hate for the week. All right. I want to do this better than that last one.